Alright, when we left you guys off, you had just gotten into town, it's evening, you guys have gotten a room at the inn, you found out that unfortunately, the biggest room has already been taken up by some other party. It seems like the other people who signed up for this game, by the way, didn't show up, so I'm just going to remove them, which is too bad, because one of them personally asked me if they could join, but hey. Sorry. Because that's one of the reasons there was another party there. It's my extra NPCs laying around that I don't describe. They're potential party members that for people who claim they want to join but aren't here yet. Anyway, well, yeah, the caveman's seen me do that before.
Yep.
But right now you're in the inn. Last I remembered, your bard played a song with the other bards in the tavern, teaching them the lyrics or a story about it.
I told the story.
Yeah. Told the story of the Crystal Rain and shared that around. Now the other bards have learned it. And I think the Ironess was out for another walk, and it just circled back around to the inn.
Yep.
All right, so we'll start right there. It is evening. Dinner's being served. The other bards are deciding on what song or tale to weave next. What would you guys like to do?
What's for dinner?
They have a lovely local stew made of rabbit and deer meat.
Is it any good?
Let's find out. It's passable.
What's that?
It's passable. It's nothing to write home about. Nothing exciting. Nothing that'll drive tourism into this area for it.
Right, fine. Then I'm gonna stare at my stew and say, the stew has been pretty bland, but fear not, for I have a plan. I'll do you all a favor and add some flavor. So now it tastes pretty grand, and I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to make it taste like a really fine soup.
Nice.
My first should already eat his before you cast the spell.
Did you say you finished eating?
Yeah, he finished it before he cast the spell. He may be a small dude, but he's got a big stomach.
Do we have
you can finish an entire bowl in 6 seconds?
Yeah.
He's a gnome. Gnomes and halflings can do that. I accept it.
That's fine. That was only really going for mine.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah,
yeah,
I ate already.
To be fair, I don't really know you guys that well.
Well, the first said you're already his friend.
Yeah, Jason's sitting at your table, kind of peering through a book, and kind of grins over at the bard. Say, that's a pretty neat trick.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you want to spend all your talents on the musical arts and not go into magic?
Oh, you dare insult my brand of magic?
Well, I'm just saying is that, with talent and prestidigitation like that, maybe you should consider focusing more on magic and less on storytelling.
Shall I cast Punch?
Perhaps down the line.
Jason frowns and goes back to his book. Sorry. Like I said, it's because I can never carry a tune.
Fredrickson's going to walk up on the table towards the guy and stare at the book he's reading.
It seems to be some history book. It's kind of bound in some fine leather, and it's written in common. You can see that it's talking about it. Talks about looks like maybe like 200 years old, perhaps. And it seems to be talking about the war in the south, which would be the area you're in now.
Let's see. I might be like, huh, that sounds like an interesting book. Can I borrow it when you're done?
Do you like history? Jason looks over at him.
I like all sorts of stuff. And it's easy. It's good to know the history of the area that we're in, especially if we're going to be helping out the way that we are.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They probably have some records at the local church.
I'll have to go check that out as well. The more I know about this continent, the better off we'll be.
Well, you know some good, out of character here, you actually would know some information about the continent since it's the same continent, where as your home country. It's just that it's like, this is closer to the western edge and your country is on the eastern edge. In fact, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I finally put some locations on my map. You can just hit the little magnify button to see them. And that big continent on the right hand side is Amlaran. There's another continent kind of in the middle of things near the west. That would be Hellspring, where you are currently.
And we're going to the mountains.
Yeah, to the south.
Okay.
I actually sat down and put out some country borders. Hurrah!
Yay!
But yeah, that's like that's just the overview world map. That's not the nice detailed map.
It's cool either way.
Because it doesn't show the forest. It just shows the mountains, deserts, and regular land. But yeah, he's basically looking at a history book for this area here where you're at now.
Interesting. I'm just gonna read it over his shoulder. Just stand above him on the table. Just stare at the book while he's reading it.
And you can see a couple dates written in the same calendar, talking about somewhere around... what's that? Timeline information again. Your timeline information. Here we go. Basically, somewhere around 901. You're 901. This entire southern area was finally conquered by the Minotaurs, who before that just lived in the north. But basically, 1,000 years ago, this southern land was conquered by the Minotaurs. Before that, it wasn't part of Hellspring. Which would also explain the ancient architecture on the middle section of the buildings here, where there's all these old stone buildings that look different from what you saw up in Fire Down. Some of them seem to have some really ancient pipework going on. This particular little inn here, though, is made mainly of wood with some, it has a stone foundation, but it's mostly like wooden roof, stuff like that. It's probably only been here for 200 years, if that. Whereas other structures in the middle of town, at least, look like they might be over 1,000.
Okay. It's definitely good information to know. And while I'm reading it, I'm just gonna take out my pipe and light it.
So what does your character
Doing
up
that
to?
ridiculous pipe.
Okay. Braun Craft, what are you up to?
I'm basically enjoying my food and just calmly sitting there, I guess.
Alright.
Ironious would also be just eating away.
Alright, well, after your food is done, the various wait staff comes by and, picks it up and carries it back over to the kitchen. The bartender looks over towards you guys and says, "Do you want any more to drink?"
I'll take another everything juice.
Coming right up.
I'll take another bottle or thing of wine.
She nods, and soon there are glasses being set down at your table. The bards,
Sweet.
finish one of their sets and look back over at Valfar. Said, "Hey, do you want to play with us again?"
Sure. Why not? I'll get up there. Let's see, what instruments do I have? I forget. Violin,
You have
flute,
a
drum.
violin.
I have a lot of instruments.
I would have.
What are
would
they
like
playing?
the violin.
They're basically the pictures you see down here. They've got some violins, you got some flutes.
Let's see. Should I be unique and go drum?
Up to you.
Sure. Let's start with drum. And what time of day is it?
It's evening. You just finished dinner.
Then I'm going to inspire them as well.
All right.
How many? 3 of them?
There should be 4 of them here. Hold on. Yeah,
Did I
there's 4.
miscount?
Yeah, there's 4 of them standing down there.
All right, then I am inspiring all 4 of them. And I will play the drum.
All right. Roll your performance check. Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
Ooh, they're not playing very well either. The few patrons that are in the bar, your winds cover their ears and start booing at the performance.
Did they use their inspiration? Because that's a choice they can make after seeing their roll.
Yeah, but they botched it. They got a nat 1.
All right, so they wouldn't have used it then.
Yeah. Basically, I'm going with, since inspiration only adds such and such to it, that a nat 1 is still a nat 1.
Yep. All right, then again, and this time I'll switch to voice.
The bartender is frowning at everything going on and says, "Hey, how would you guys stop it for the night? Okay? I don't want any more patrons driven away."
No, just give us another chance.
And this was in response to this was in response to what Anthony was. Sorry, the other Anthony. Shamley Ding Dong was doing. He also wrote a horrible performance check.
I regret fixing that.
He puts it away. It goes back to reading the book.
Alright. Well, give us just one more chance, I beg of you.
What is it? Roll persuasion?
Okay. Let me check something really quick. I need to check. I'm not going to use Charm Person as much as I really do.
She shakes her head.
Really?
I'm sorry. You might want to try again tomorrow, but right now you're driving my customers away.
Do that, Pest. Go. Do that, clear $200.
To be fair, they're driving them away.
The bards go, "Aw," and they file out.
Now I'm going to try Charm Person. Are you sure you can't give us another chance?
I'm just waiting for your charm
Oh.
person click.
It's a wisdom save. Wisdom save DC 13. Or 14. Damn
She still shakes her head.
it.
Yeah.
Well, had to try.
So Jason looks over at Chamberlain Ding Dong as he closes his book. So, where are you guys off to tomorrow then?
Oh, we're going south to fix the problems.
Eh.
We're going to see what we could do, and if not, blow some shit up in the process.
You don't look
So
like
we're going to
much
have fun either way.
You guys don't look like much of an army.
Speak
Yeah.
for yourself.
That's true. We got him.
Well, I guess I
I don't know.
will say good luck to you guys.
We don't need luck. We got the bulk over there.
And he goes off to retire for the evening.
Is this area just open? Or
Yeah, like I said, I just pulled a map that had tavern in areas next to each other.
got it? Big
Well,
guy,
since
when
it's-
was the last time you fought something?
3 days before we left. And I hold up 4 fingers.
Would
It's been a
you
while, hasn't it?
would you mind helping me test my wit with my sword? It's been much too long.
Sure.
Now, we're not trying to kill each other. Just make sure to hold back. I'm not as strong as I used to be.
You
I
cast
understand.
Smith. You're unconscious.
So no weapon?
Nah, let's stop an inch before death.
I want to do no weapon.
Good thing I'm here to take care of the aftermath.
So I guess we'll go to an open field, because I don't think they'd be too happy with us fighting in this establishment.
Do you wish to, alright, I can just get you to a random battle map. That'll work. All that white space. And you can just drag and drop your tokens from the sidebar there. Oops, looks like your token isn't fixed. Hold on, let me fix your token.
Now the question is, do I mock you to death, or do I actually start swinging at you?
The question is he smarter to figure out you're insulting him?
Vicious mockery!
That's the plan.
His intelligence is
Huh?
too low, he's immune to it.
I have a high wisdom and a low intelligence. I actually
Oh,
don't think...
goddamn.
Like,
What's your
it's
wisdom?
not 13?
Oh, it's not great, but it's not terrible like I was hoping.
No, it's just the intelligence that's just...
So that 20 was...
Yes, I have nat 20 and 6 intelligence.
There you go, token's working.
Let's see mine.
That's because you have to drag and drop from the thing.
Shabba ding dong.
I'm trying to remember what that 11 is on my sheet.
Alright, I'll put you there. There you go.
Probably your
Oh, that's your passive.
perception.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the blue is all passive. Wow, you guys all have 11 for passive.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything without actually making rolls. You're not going to notice shit.
None of our characters are meant to have high wisdom. I think.
So, let's call it 40 feet distance? That works.
How would I say go and you guys go at it? Good? Seems fair?
Good.
Can we get a turn tracker? Or, it doesn't
sure.
really matter, does it?
Go for it.
Alright, go.
Oh, that sucks.
Frederickson and Ted are sitting in a chair while watching them fight each other. He's also eating popcorn.
They went outside.
I had a... Oh, I didn't have my character selected.
Oh, this is
There we
gonna
go.
go so bad.
Fight!
What race are you?
Half orc.
Half orc. God damn it. Alright.
And I pull out my shield and flail. Go ahead.
Let's see. Let's cautiously approach, pulling out my sword. Now, let's use... I'm just going to start singing. I'm not sure if you've heard, but I know a powerful word. I hope that you're hurt when you put in the dirt by the movement I've spurred. Dissonant whispers.
What's safe?
Wisdom?
14.
No.
Wait, no, it's damage.
So you take
No, well, still
14
14.
psychic. And you have to spend... You voluntarily now use your reaction to run away.
I mean, that
And
might
GM says you're down low enough in health at this point that that the match is over since you don't want to go to death.
Braun,
Or
Pretty much
No.
all I was...
I instantly rage.
Well, first you'd run,
I mean, he gets instantly back.
and then I get an attack of opportunity, because it's willing movement. And, let's attack.
You
Does that hit?
miss.
Alright, cool. And then I'm going to move my remaining 20 feet, because now I'm scared. That's my turn.
Yeah, well, GM says you're hurting each other too much.
No, I'm killing him.
Can
He's using magic.
Bran
In
use
a duel.
can,
He will die.
can Bran use his bonus action to heal Aronius?
Yes.
Don't heal him. I'm going to die.
So I
Hey,
move,
you're the one who poked this bear with a stick, so...
and I'm going to dash up to him.
Before you do that, one of the a nearby guard comes over, drawn by the sound of combat, and says, "Hey, knock that off!"
Nope. I'm in full rage.
practicing.
I'm going to use Minor Illusion, and I'm going to put a wall between me and him.
How big's your wall?
It's a 5-foot wall.
So that's what you did?
That's my action. And then I'm backing off.
Reaction to attack.
You cannot see me.
Because the
I'm
wall's in
pretty-
the way. The guard
I'm
comes
pretty
up.
sure I
The
can
guard
see over that wall.
the guard comes over and says to Revonius, "Break this up right now. Do you want to file a complaint on this gentleman?"
Raging flail to him. I mean, I'm raging.
Okay,
Raging
so
barbarian.
basically you just attack the town guard.
I mean, he used magic on me and I raged.
Alright. Well, the town guard is very irate at this, and this will be non-lethal damage. But he tries to clop you over the head with his great axe.
Yeah, that's gonna put him down, probably.
So you're down to 0 hit points and are now unconscious.
I'm at 1.
Okay,
Half
1 hit point, but still he clopped you over the head with what would have been a cleave in 2 if you'd not been using the sharp end of that.
Braun goes
Hey,
like,
I'd like to use Ray of Frost on the ground underneath his feet.
Underneath whose feet?
Underneath Ironius' feet.
Another guard comes up, drawn by the rage of the first one, looks at what's going on, and moves to grab the bard.
I can
Can that freeze the ground? Underneath Ironius?
It doesn't work that way.
Damn.
Yeah.
Figure to shoot like a ray at the ground and freeze the ground.
Doesn't
Make
work
it
that way.
seven-
People would using it for icicles otherwise. It only works against the other things,
Damn.
not
Oh well.
ground.
Yeah.
Really nothing I could do.
I'm gonna try to defuse the situation.
The Minotaur guard grabs you unless you can counter that grapple attack. That's what that strength was.
Yeah, no.
No, so both Minotaurs are now grabbing at the two combatants and are grumbling about this and all the paperwork.
Bran will walk up and say like, "All right, everybody, calm down. They just wanted to have a mock battle to see who and how strong they were compared to each other."
I am perfectly calm.
He's calm.
Well, the Minotaur, the guard looks over at you and says, "This one here attacked me. That means he's going to jail. And that one
Hang
over
on,
there
hang on.
failed to cease and desist when he was told to. They're both going to jail."
Whoa!
I
Hang
just
on.
backed away.
That seems fair, sure.
That's not necessary. Don't worry, it won't happen again. I can assure you.
You're gonna have to come down to the station with us and pay the fine to get them back out of jail.
I will heal
my
the
goodness.
Minotaur that hurt.
Hang on, I want to try something. I'm gonna ask him really, really nicely to let them go. Really nicely. With puppy dog guys and everything.
If you could pay the fine right now, we won't have to go to the station. The Minotaur who's
Wait,
currently injured,
AT
it
doesn't
says.
beat it?
He's agreeing to not take them down to the station and put them in jail, and therefore lose the paperwork, and is basically now saying you have to pay him.
That's,
I will heal
No,
them.
that's why the 18? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sir, how much is this fine? As I'm
Yeah,
being
how
held.
much do we have to pay you?
300 gold.
Oh my god.
Now,
Seriously, dude?
let's put it this way, sir. All I did was protect my own life by moving away. Obviously, I
You
was not
cast
going to run.
a spell at the other Minotaur picks up with, you cast a spell after I told you to cease and desist.
To
Therefore,
protect my own life.
he was being taken care of. You did not listen. I told you to
I
cease
did
and
not know
desist.
that.
That's why I said cease and desist. The guard kind of growls at the bard.
You have this angry-looking man right in front of you when you're puny little old me.
You're not in front of him. You were all the way in front of me, and my partner over there was in front of him. How in the world was your life therefore in danger? He is not a spell slinger. He is not carrying a ranged weapon. He had no way of getting to you.
I only cast a spell.
He's
When
talking
I
about.
was
He's
right in
talking
front
about. No, he's talking about the Ray of Frost. You did cast Ray of Frost at him.
No, I didn't. I
Yes.
don't have Ray of Frost.
Then who did? Hold
Oh,
on.
that was me.
Oh.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was me.
I've been completely compliant.
Okay. See. Okay. Then they're still asking for 300 gold for Ironis's offense here. See. I must have misheard who was talking. My brain sometimes scrambles voices. I hate that.
Yep, no, that was me that was casting the Ray of Frost. I was trying to trip my Herodias.
No. Sir, can you put me down?
The Minotaur sets him gently on there, but the other Minotaur is still kind of grabbed onto Ironius because, well, Ironius did attack him. Yes, it was in a rage, but the thing is that he's a Minotaur guard. It's not a very happy thing for him to have been attacked.
Did he grapple me? I got a 20 to challenge that.
Oh, no, that one didn't grapple you. That was the one that was grappling him, but he's basically... You were essentially knocked out by the attack. Your thing kept you
I
from...
quite literally can't if I use the unending endurance. Or relentless endurance.
Yeah,
I'm at
Even
one,
if
still
you
standing.
even if you lose double your maximum hit points?
When you're reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright,
Because
was I killed outright?
Okay, that attack, if it had been if it had been the other side of the thing, it would have been a killed outright attack. But I
No,
said
it
this was
wouldn't.
going to be non-lethal damage, therefore
I'm
it reduces it down to 0 from deadly attack.
So, but what I'm saying is it would have only did 12 damage. I'm raging.
Oh, that's right, because rage gives half that. Okay, you have a point.
I'm standing looking at him like, holy shit!
What if I could assure you that we'll be going tomorrow morning?
You still have to pay the fine, the Minotaur guard insists.
How
And who
long?
came up with that plan?
The other Minotaur moves
I
over
get that he
and
attacked you, but...
it looms over the gnome.
Hello.
It is the law.
Well, he just pulled it out of his ass.
He did not.
Uh-huh.
Let's all.
So pay the fine, or your friend there is being arrested and carted off to jail.
Let's
No.
all come.
Pretty sure
No.
we have diplomatic
Sir.
immunity anyways.
Where's your credentials?
Don't go there, dude.
Can I show... Do I have my credentials on me? I should, right?
They're not diplomatic immunity. You work for a contractor, not the government.
Yeah, but we're from a different country.
That doesn't give you diplomatic immunity. You have to be part of the consulate to have diplomatic immunity.
Yeah. And even if you're from a different country, that doesn't give you free rights to attack.
Yeah, basically, this would be the sort of thing that you could be ejected from the country for if you tried claiming diplomatic immunity.
Brand will
Alright,
walk-
you know what? Go ahead, take them. I can't pay you, so just take them away.
Yeah. How long would the jail time be? Like, how long would it be for?
Unknown. He did attack a guard.
How about this? How about I patch you up, get you all back to your old self, and we apologize, and we'll try to keep him in chains or on a leash a bit more. And,
You have to roll a persuasion then.
I'll do my best.
Apparently you have to roll a high persuasion, because I rolled an 18, and that got me to have to pay him.
No, that was an 18 to not take him to jail.
And
You
No,
have
I asked him to put him down and to forget this had happened.
Yes, but the thing is that the 18 only negated his wanting to drag him off the jail. Didn't negate both.
Yeah. To be fair, no matter what you roll on a persuasion or any kind of check, if there's no chance at success, no matter what, really, they're doing their job.
Yeah.
And I still also weigh in with things like nat 20s. Sometimes I'll go, okay, this thing is impossible to do unless the person rolls a nat 20, and occasionally that happens. I'll talk examples later. But basically, you managed to talk him out of dragging Erroneous and the bard over to the jail, and is saying instead, okay, we'll let them go, but you have to pay us right now, instead of having to wait, however many days for them to be processed.
No.
Now, Bron's asking for persuasion. The guard is thinking it over and says, all right, how about 200 gold then?
I'll give you 80 to salt your wound.
I wanted to ask if I would get advantage because I did heal the guard for 4 hit points before.
The other guard also can weigh in on this, so that wouldn't actually affect him.
Now,
Alright.
sirs, obviously this was just a little bit of childhood fun. Unfortunately, it did escalate a little bit too far, and for which I will apologize as you were hit. If you would be so kind as to let us be on our way, I will personally guarantee that this will never happen again. Now,
We can forget about this
As-
incident, but you still have to pay the fine, the Minotaur insists.
unfortunately, that is not possible. None of us have that kind of money.
Maybe if we
How
Now,
much
get
do
it.
you have? How much do you have? The Minotaur who got hurt
Yeah.
asks.
We have 45 gold.
Currently on me, I have nothing.
I have 19 gold pieces.
Now, how about this? We could... Here's a proposition for you. You let us go right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any gold listed in your inventory, Fredrickson.
Oh, I haven't wrote my,
Yeah, you're gonna need to write. You're gonna need to write it on your sheet so I can see. Because I know I handed you out a sack of gold to begin with, but I know you bought some stuff with it. I just like to be able to monitor what you still have.
yeah,
I mean-
sorry, I wrote it, in the item slot itself. That is the GP slot.
I might also be able to give them a health potion for 50 gold.
No. Now,
So we might be
let's
able
see.
to scramble
If
200 together.
I could personally assure you this will never happen again. We won't trouble you for more of your time. Yes, I agree that we should be able to pay the fine. Unfortunately, that is not the case currently. How about this? Here's a compromise for you, which you've already been so extremely lenient. I'd wish that you'll hear me out. What if we all start doing community service to help pay off this debt?
The Minotaur thinks. The Minotaur thinks for a moment,
You'll have
and
my
they
internal...
start conferring with each other. They're coming to a little discussion, and then they look back and say, "All right, 2 days community service and 50 gold."
You have been more than reasonable with us, and
How about we pay 100 gold and it's gone? You know, paperwork.
Do you guys have 100 gold between you?
I have an 83 gold.
We can,
My only equipment was 2 weapons and a shield
yeah, we can go.
and a pack.
Yeah, I mean, I have 19. If we put it together, we have 100 gold.
think about it. You guys get out of paperwork, and
They
never saw us.
They start chatting for a moment and go, "All right, we have one thing you can do for community service tonight, working to work it off, and we'll take the 100 gold. You can leave tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon if you get enough sleep. But one thing to do for us tonight. How about that?"
Seems fair.
I believe that would depend on the task. If it's going
It
out
doesn't
in...
matter what it is. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
it-
what it is. What's the
It
task?
matters.
Let's just.
It doesn't matter because then you two are getting carted to jail. This shit's gonna take way longer than it's supposed to.
Yeah. We need to leave.
If it's going out to fight things, I'm not doing that at night.
I don't think you have a choice at this point in time.
Though we might.
The,
need to
the Minotaurs confer again and say, first thing in the morning you can leave tomorrow afternoon.
Seems
You
good.
still have yet to answer the question. What is the task?
So what are you doing?
There's been some recent complaints about weird noises coming from the from the sewer system. I'd like somebody looking at you, you guys, to go down and check it out. Find out what might be going down there.
Okay, where's the sewer grate?
Very well. We'll do such first thing in the morning.
And they seem to agree with all this. And they'll take your 100 gold.
Now, I don't have any money left. Yay.
You guys head
I
back to
think we
the
technically
inn.
both have 1 gold.
Poor Ironus is hurt.
I'm just gonna spend a hit point during a short rest. Oh, and I also no longer trust the bard. I will probably kill him at one point.
I would look at the bar and be like, no more stupid stunts. We're here for a reason. Don't fuck it up.
I had to see if I still had my flair.
Hey, you should have waited till we got out of town.
Yeah, and you can also end up fired from your jobs, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
To be
So,
fair,
don't say
to test it-
no more
to
stupid
test-
shit.
listen here. To test something out in the middle of combat and not to be sure if it works. Much more dangerous
That's your
than...
problem, not mine.
Oh,
You should
I
have
believe
tested
it
it
is
before we
very...
left.
I very much believe it is your problem. As if it were not to work, that would endanger the entire group.
Oh, well then you'll die before I do. And then we'll have one less problem.
If shit goes wrong, I'll take care of it. Alright, I've got this. Just don't do stupid shit to get us in trouble. Just kill what we need to kill, talk out what we need to talk out. Alright, is that a fair arrangement, guys? It seems good for me. How about you guys? Just don't fight in random places. Or fight the guards.
Just fight the pointy-headed one.
Just fight what we tell you.
I'm gonna grab the tiefling's shoulder and squeeze incredibly hard. Just let him know how strong I actually am.
I'm gonna take my quarterstaff and
Keep
push
him-
it up against the half-orc's chest to attempt to tell him to stop.
Keep in mind, you've yet to have a rest. You're at 1 hit point.
I don't care. I'm half-orc, barbarian.
Bran is gonna start sharpening his medical tools because he knows he's gonna need them with this bunch of crazy people who are gonna fight all the time.
Just the kind of people that your work hires.
Sharpening those knives. They gotta be sharp. If somebody needs to lose their arm, it's gotta be quick.
I think you two should beat it and go get in bed. Rest the shit tomorrow.
As soon as this beast of a man lets go of my shoulder, sure.
I toss him away.
Herodias, let him go. Now, you two, go to your rooms and get some sleep.
I think I'm sleeping in the whatchamacallit.
Stables?
Yeah, you're in the common area, yeah.
Common area.
Alright. The night, thankfully, is uneventful. You managed to get a full rest going on. And you can start fresh the next day. And outside the inn, the Minotaur guards that you made a deal with last night are waiting for you.
You know, I really wish
Alright, big
Roll20
guy,
had a
shots
long
forward.
rest button.
I know that one of the sheets does. I guess it's not that one then.
Yeah. That sheet is kind of cool because it updates a lot of it on its own, which is fun.
Yeah, that's the one we use on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go back and forth between which sheet I like. I like this sheet, I like the other sheet. It's, yeah.
I mean,
Both
I
of
like
them have
the
good
track of
things.
this sheet,
Both
yeah.
of them have negatives.
It's way easier to track shit on the sheet because you can add those easy like things on the side.
Yeah, and you don't have to keep hitting the edit button to update that stuff.
Yeah. Let's.
But this one also has the spells per day on a completely different sheet. You might be able to cast stuff from the main page, but you can't list your spells per day on the main page like you can with the other sheet.
Yeah, but I make trackers for that, for like first level spells, second level spells, and I do that in the main sheet, like those little things. That's how I do that. It's hard. But let's get going. So, so where is this sewer you want us to take a look at?
Well, the Minotaur guards show you over to a sewer grate and say, the sewer's been here for ages now. It periodically needs to be, gone through and refreshed. There's, things that make nests down there. Of course, the Otog that lives down there usually eats them, but, sometimes things make nests and therefore make blockages in the sewers. Just avoid the Otog. It's, on the very western part of the sewer. There should be signs up around nearby it. It doesn't move from its spot, but it will eat you if you get too close to it.
Okay.
Good to know.
Want to open the grate for us then?
Yeah. Quick question. I don't think we're supposed to see anything, but I see something.
Oops.
Just FYI.
Sorry.
Top left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna light the torch because I can't see in the dark.
Okay, who's holding the torch? Bran?
Bran is holding the torch because he is a human. No, wait, I have the light spell, I think. Yeah, I have the light spell. I will use the light spell in that case.
Either way, you're lowered down into the sewers. It smells horrible down here. There's moisture dripping off the ceilings. The screen stuff is definitely the water that's flowing. There's like various sluice gates, which are clearly unmovable. Nobody's going to get through there. Rats can probably get through there, but not even your gnome can get through there. But there are various
Ants cooking.
there are various walking paths around, clearly used for maintenance. Although these sewers look like they're more designed by human hands than Minotaurs, so it's unlikely that Minotaurs can easily get down here.
So, here's a question. What are the chances I just have a random scarf?
Sure, what do you want to use it for?
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation, make it smell like lavender, and I'm gonna cover my face with it.
Sure, you can do that.
because it smells bad down here.
And it does. So you're looking around, you see that there's several passages leading off from this main area. The floor is very wet. The water's not running too fast, but it's full of effluents and everything. So kind of stepping on it's not a good thing.
Hey, Ironius, come here a second.
What?
Here, put me on your shoulder.
No.
Ironius,
I can't get across that.
You walk. Like me.
You really think I can walk through that?
How actually deep is it?
It's not very deep. It's like 2 feet at this point.
It only comes to here. And I point like at my knee. You're fine.
What about all the paperwork I did for you?
I grab his like shoulder and like pick him up and put him on my shoulder. Fine.
Thank you. We'll across the water.
So, where should we go first? Left, middle, or right?
I'll walk across and then I'm using prestidigitation to clean myself.
Yo, can you do that on me too, dude? Would we appreciate it?
I mean, I can. And it's done.
Thank you. I guess I'll be upfront with Ironius, probably the best idea.
Alright.
I'd like Ted to go down this path over here.
I have light cast on my quarterstaff.
Okay, do I have...
And I'm just gonna start walking with my cane.
Anyone not able to see?
I can see in dark vision, so.
Okay, cool. Add to the stuffing. Did you guys come down this way? The light, sorry, the sound of rushing water is getting less and less, but you're hearing some scrambling noises in the darkness.
Does Ted see anything?
How far is Ted's vision?
He has... hang on. Blind sight 10 feet, dark vision 60 feet.
Sees the occasional rat or group of rats moving along the floor.
Okay. He's gonna keep going and looking around for me. Where's this one?
How far is he on the ground?
He's flying.
I mean, how far up is he? Is he close to the ceiling?
Well, I rolled a 17 stealth, so I'd like to think he's pretty close to the ceiling.
Okay.
Can't pseudo-dragons go invisible? Or is that all the other familiars?
Fairy
Pseudo-dragons
dragons.
can. Imps can, fairy dragons can, quasits can, spirits can, but pseudo-dragons can't. I think.
How far away is he from me? We're good.
Alright.
In here? No, like...
Let's check out
I have
the place.
Ted keep looking around.
As you start moving through the...
Over here.
Yeah, by the way, I have a hard time dealing with two different groups like that, so I'm not going to touch Ted anytime soon. Because it doesn't make any sense to me to try to describe that. It just kind of interrupts my flow.
Oh, sorry. Well, him and I could link telepathically up to 100 feet.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then I'll just put it back over there with you.
Yeah, like I said, I have a hard time dealing with that when it comes to these sort of things, because I'm like looking at one screen, and then you keep moving Ted around, and I'm trying to remember, okay, can Ted get attacked by this? Can Ted get attacked by that? And then I don't see that you guys moving into something that might be attacking you, or a trap, or anything of that nature, so it gets really confusing.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so Ironius, you're still moving? Or have you stopped to look for something?
I'm going.
Alright. Roll initiative. A large swarm of spiders is drawn in by the light that Bron is casting and starts moving towards you as a full group.
Damn humans.
You also hear squeaking in the dark as something else picks up your scent.
It don't smell that bad.
Well, you smell differently from anything else in the sewer, so...
That's true.
Oh, that's not good.
Alright.
Woohoo, going last.
Iris. The tiny swarm of spiders is heading towards you.
I'll move forward up to it and try to crush it with my flail. Nope.
The tiny spiders easily avoid your strike. The spiders now swarm onto you. And let's see. Yeah. Let's see, swarm welcome out of space, vice versa. They can't. Swarm can't regain hit points. Okay. Bron, the swarm of spiders is currently occupying the same space and just swarming around Ironus. So you might have to be very careful with trying to strike at them.
I'll move over here, and would I be able to radiant flame the spiders without hurting Ironius?
You should be able to, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say Sacred Flame targets a 5-foot square.
I mean...
Does it? Hold on, let's look up the text real quick.
It's Sacred Flame, I mean. Not...
Well, it's radiant damage, that's why I was thinking that.
On a creature.
I mean, it doesn't specify.
No, it says a...
yeah, it says
so
on a
you would be
creature
able
you can
to-
say it. So yes, you'd be able to target the swarm of spiders as a single creature and differentiate from Ironus. Sacred Flame! Dexterity... And you basically your spell does not touch them.
Alright, that's my turn.
Fred!
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move into range. Alright, they're ought to be good. And then I'm going to firebolt this rat. Is that it?
Yeah, the large rat kind of squats there and squeaks at you, but the single firebolt destroys it. It becomes a nice
Fuck you,
charred rat, slamming its body slamming into the wall. Belfar!
Can I see the spiders?
If you can't see them, can you see anything in the map?
I can see everything, but
So if you
Then
can't
again,
see the spiders, you can't see the spiders.
well,
you can just hear it.
I shouldn't be able to see up here, and I can because of line of sight. I think it's set up to where if anyone.
Yeah,
can
you
see
might
it, we
you
can
might
all
want to
see it.
move your token to be able to say.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's because
5 foot?
that's because the stupid gnome is standing outside the map. That's why.
5 foot.
Yep.
I'm gonna go.
Can you see him now?
Yep. I'm gonna vicious mockery on the spiders. Hey, what do you call an undercover spider?
1 second. I'm not sure if they. What's the is it intelligence or wisdom minimum on vicious mockery?
I think they have to have a language.
Yeah, they can't understand.
Well, I got nothing, so Yeah. I'll back up. That's all I got.
Ernest, you're covered in spiders.
Can I attack them while they're on me?
Sure.
Well, can they hear? Because if they can hear, they don't need to understand.
That's why I asked you what the intelligence or wisdom minimum on Vicious Mockery
There
is.
isn't one.
I
There
thought
isn't
that there
one.
was one listed. I thought it was like
No.
3 or 5 or something.
You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If it can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take a d4 psychic damage, have disadvantage on their next attack roll before it makes the end of its next turn.
I guess that comes down to the question of whether or not spiders can hear. I seem to recall something about that spiders can't hear, that they sense vibrations in the floors. That's how they hunt, but they can't actually hear anything. They don't have a hearing sense. But that's just me quoting physical, animals and stuff.
Looking it up, they do hear, but it's more specifically they sense the vibrations. Which is
so
really all talking is.
Yeah, so I don't think Vicious Mockery would work on a swarm of spiders. I'm sorry. I think that something like, these sort of tiny beasts are just not smart enough and can't hear well enough to be able to do that.
Okay, well, that's all I got.
Alright, so you shake out your flail and manage to smash a bunch of them into a wall.
These spiders are weird.
Let's see. Swarm of spiders continues to attempt to bite you.
That doesn't hit.
What's your AC? 18?
19.
Nice. Ron.
I will attempt to Sacred Flame them again. That's not gonna do a lot of damage. And
Doesn't do
then
any damage. Fredrickson. Fredrickson?
You might have used
Sorry, I
that.
was reading my spells. I'm going to go ahead and firebolt the spider swarm.
Is it one target or one square?
It
Target.
says one creature.
Okay, then you're good.
Cool. Yeah, let's firebolt those little bastards.
Ooh, nice. 7 damage.
Damn. I like to think he fires his firebolts like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Yeah, well, that was lightning, though.
Because it's firebolt. Yeah, but it could be orange lightning. It's a firebolt.
Velifer!
I'm got nothing.
You're not even going
I
to
don't
inspire
like-
your team?
No, not against a swarm of spiders.
Alrighty then. There it is. You flail out again and manage to crush some more of them. There's less and less of the little bastards clinging to you, but they still pack a lot of punch.
I mean, the only thing I could do, I could attempt to stab it, but knowing me, I'll miss and I'll stab the angry half-orc.
Yeah, and then leave you even angry at you. Bron!
Seeing that Sacred Flame isn't working, I'm gonna take out my knife and I'm gonna try to stab some spiders.
Alright. Why didn't it roll damage? Hold on. Oh, it's because you have it set differently.
Yeah. I mean, do you want it to automatically roll damage?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'll do that.
That makes it easier.
Done. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright. You managed to flick off a bunch of spiders off of off of the half-orc and stab them through with the pointy bit of your knife.
Pointy bit. That's always fun.
Fred, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I am going to continue to firebolt it. Sweet. There it is.
The last of the spiders drops off Ironus and just burns to a crisp on the ground.
Well done, friend.
Does that feel better, Ironius? Are you got those little bastards off of you?
I felt nothing at all.
I'm glad to hear that.
I like give you like not extremely hard pat on the shoulder, but like a firm one. You did well.
Hey, you're the muscle. We gotta keep you alive somehow.
I appreciate it.
Because I can't lift shit, and I don't think the human can either.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Can you? Onward.
As you peer down that passage, Bron, you see that it's just the same way you came in originally.
I figured.
Awesome. What's this way? Fredericks is gonna go this way.
You don't see much. It just looks like the back of a cavern. There's some spider webs hanging on the walls, probably from that swarm that was living there.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to go in front of me? Pointy one.
Oops. Sorry. Oops.
I can handle myself.
All right.
Yeah. Velfar, as soon as you walk over there, something descends onto the back of your neck. And attempts to drain your blood. Roll initiative.
Can I guess, is it a sturge?
Yep, the surge just landed on his back and he's got his proboscis stuck into the back of his neck. The rest of you guys can see it clinging to him.
Oh, those things are nasty. They're just annoying.
Dude, you have a thing on your back.
Well, that's how much damage you took. You took 10 damage, Val.
I know.
That's a lot.
I'm down.
I think he just fell to the collapsed to the ground with the sturge on top of him drinking.
Oh shit, that almost insta-killed him. Because you only have like 6 hit points, right? Oh no, you're the bard, you have like 8.
Well,
It's basically
We'll see.
you can see the body just bloating a bit from the blood that of the bard.
Jesus, dude.
So I would throw my flail to the ground and try to grab it and pull it off of him.
well, technically at the start of my turn, I'd take that extra damage. Not that it really matters.
It was a
it's-
surprise attack. You walked right into it. Alright, let's see. Because it's swelling up, you managed to put your hands on it and drag it out of him. Blood leaks from its proboscis, dripping on the back of Valfar's prone body.
Can I do like a physical damage from just squeezing it as I'm holding it?
That would be on your next turn, unfortunately.
Okay. Just gonna hold it out then. Stare at it.
Yeah, that would mean the Sturge. Let's see, the Sturge can't quite grab you because you're grappling it, but it attempts to wiggle free out of your hands. And it fails. It's still held fast by your grip. Fredrickson.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and fire. Pachoo!
Firebolt.
I'm pretty sure I'm just holding it at him so he can just shoot fire at it at this point.
And the little surge evaporates.
Yeah, sorry about your blood there, dude.
I will walk over to Velar, and I
Laying in a
will
corner that currently contains mostly trash. But apparently that's where the Sturge had been living.
I'm gonna use my healer's kit to heal him.
Alright.
So you heal 8 hit points.
Oh, well, there's a look. Yeah.
Good.
Sure.
You come to seeing Ernest looming over you. His hands, got a little bit of your blood on him from holding the Sturge. You see Bran crouching down next to you, and Fredrickson with his little pseudo-dragon on his shoulder.
What's up, dog?
I would reach down to help him up. Here.
I'm still scared that you're going to hurt me, so I'll get up myself.
Fair enough.
And that's why you do
It's the anticipation that kills you the worst.
You know I've probably forgot about it by now, right? $60.
I'm fairly certain you have. Valifar hasn't.
I'll go grab my flail and swing it around and throw it back on my hip.
It's probably got bits of spider gut still clinging to it. There's bits of trash and dead leaves and such still clinging to Valfar since he fell over into it.
For about 6 seconds before I clean myself, yeah.
Alright. Prestidigitation!
Yep.
Let's go check out the other hallways.
I think you guys are leaving your half your party behind. There they come.
I got the healer with
Shit,
me.
where'd I go?
We got tank and healer. It's the DPS that are lagging behind.
I'm not DPS.
I can deal some damage, so...
You hear squeaking in the corridor ahead of you.
Oh, cool.
Do I
A
see
swarm
it?
of rats comes scurrying towards you. They look poised to attack you.
Can I get a surprise firebolt off?
No, they already saw you.
Damn. I was gonna be like, oh my god, what is that? Bzz.
You might get your chance.
It's true. Oh, that was not 20 on my initiative.
Yep, Frederickson gets to go first.
Cool. Oh my god, what was that? Damn.
The swarm of rats dodges around it and continues on towards you. In fact, they run right towards you, Fredrickson.
Bring it on, bitches. Oh yeah, I'm down. Oh wait. Yeah. It hits right at my armor class.
Yep.
Are you dead from massive damage?
I only
No,
have 8 health.
That might actually be massive damage. I think
No,
you
that-
take your
No.
full...
It's double...
it's double in 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it was like your full damage, or full
And then
health.
you get like the death saves. If you fail 3 times, you die.
Yeah. unless you take like 60. If he would have taken 16 damage, he would have been insta dead normally. I think.
Yeah.
Man, the squishies really shouldn't be up front. I mean, I would have been down too, though. And no one can heal me on this party, so maybe I should stay behind.
Run, it's all up to you.
Yeah, take some healing, man. I'll bonus action heal you.
Sweet.
Take that 1 HP.
Love it.
I mean, it's gonna knock you down.
One more than I had.
It's gonna knock you down next round anyway, so it's not like it matters.
There it
Can I
is.
jump in that square so they focus
will-
on me?
I still have my action, and I
Oh,
will
sorry.
use it,
That was a bonus action. I'm sorry, Brand. I forgot.
and I will use my Eldritch Blast.
Nice. 3 damage.
You mean your command man?
Alright, so Ironus, you said you were coming down here to fight the rat swarm?
Can I go into its square?
No, unfortunately they're not as small as like insects and spiders and such. So you can't occupy the same square as them. But the same goes for them, they can't occupy the same square as you. Oh, wait, yes they can. Hold on. Oh no, they can occupy another square as they can occupy someone else's square, but you can't occupy their square if they don't let you.
Okay. Oh, that was supposed to be the flail. It's bastion instead of...
It doesn't matter.
both do
They're
these
they're the same on the damage resistant sheet.
I just like the idea of a barbarian using a flail.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Yeah, me too. Belfar, you hear from around the corner rats squeaking. You probably heard the gnome scream, and you're hearing bashing noises at the moment.
It's more of a swish. Swish than crack.
Okay. What do you do, Belfar?
I peek around the corner. I'll say, what does a 12-pound rat say to a cat? Here, kitty, 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 and vicious mockery.
Nice. Ah. Ooh. You see a bunch of beady red eyes now looking up at you from the attempt to eat the gnome.
And I back around the corner.
Fredrickson!
Full retreat.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sword of rats. Ah! They changed tactics and lunge for Ironus.
At disadvantage.
Miss. Yep. Major disadvantage. Run!
I will Eldritch Blast to that if I can. Nope.
That's a miss. Ironus.
Swing into this.
Yep, that is a miss. Velfar!
I peek around. I'm going to do Vicious Mockery again. And then I'll head back. How do you know when a rat... How do you know your rat is hungry? He's breathing. And yay, all the bad jokes.
Woohoo! They survived that. Fredrickson!
Frostiness.
You do it!
Death beam goes ice.
Some rats. They turn back around and lunge for Fredrickson again.
Damn it, not again.
And that's an insta-kill, isn't it? Because he only had 1 hit point.
No, it's double your maximum hit points for instant kill.
It's when you go negative your total hit points for insta-kill.
Not what I heard.
We've made this ruling in other games. I'm going with double your permanent and one less on your. Basically, you failed your first death save with that sort of attack, so you only get 2 potential death saves now.
Okay.
Remember, that's one of those things that it's GM's ruling. Each GM has their own idea of what they want to do with that.
Seeing our friend is down again, I will bonus action Healing Light again. Will use my action to Eldritch Blast.
And they're dead. You blast them apart with your final blast, while giving healing comfort to the poor gnome.
Yay. So I get 4 health now?
And see that vicious mockery was very useful.
How bad are you doing? Do you need some extra HP?
I'm at 4 health, so I'm at half my health.
Yeah, I'll... Oof. I don't know if I should use my healer's kit because I can only use that once on a person per long rest, so maybe I should save it for when you go down again. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
just save it.
Also, I say to Qualifier to not get hit
Yeah.
because I can't heal you anymore. I mean, I can, but I'd rather save that spell slot because 3D Warlocks.
Ooh, what's down this?
You don't see much down that little passageway. It looks like it's probably part of a bigger system at one point, but is now just an area of trash and probably rats back there. Baby rats and everything.
Yeah.
Tell me where to go, guys.
How about
I'm just gonna keep going down this way.
Let's go straight ahead.
All right.
Alright, GM would like to remind you of something. You guys only have 11 in perception, so I'm not going to tell you anything in here unless you start looking around and searching, because you're not actually noticing anything more than I've already said.
Okay, a second. That is a 21 perception. This is good.
A bit of sewer water drips into your eye, and you suddenly couldn't see anything. Bran, as you look around, your foot bumps against something in the slime on the ground here.
Wait, hang on. The pseudo dragon's the one that rolls perception. He gets advantage on his perception checks.
Oh, okay.
So that's a 21, not a 4.
Alright. Yeah, but Bran's the one who is actually close enough to see something.
Alright.
Bran,
So-
your foot bumps against something that's laying in the grime here.
It's slime.
Um,
Is it that thing they warned us about?
It seems to be a sign that has been either fallen on the ground or been torn down.
I'll look up.
Yeah, it's on the ground here. You pick it up, and you can see that it says, "Beware of Otag."
Alright, this is not the way we should go, because the guards told us about this. Let's head another way. Before
Can
the
Ted
thing...
hear anything?
Fredrickson, as you're looking around, and Ted doesn't seem to hear much of anything, but when you're looking around, you see that there's appears to be a series of tracks heading this way that look like there might be human boot prints or something. Like the size of human or elven feet.
Ted found footprints over here. In this direction.
Don't go there alone! I
So,
shouted.
Send Ted ahead.
I'm gonna grab Ted. Ted, look what happened when you went first. Please let me.
Ted's the pseudo dragon. Frederickson's the one that.
Oh. Okay, then Fred. Like, I'm saying it to Fred. It's like, Fred, and I probably said Ted though. Ted,
You
look
could
what
hear
happened
something.
when you went.
You could hear something splashing over here, so it's unadvisable that you go anywhere near that area.
So let's go down this hallway. You
Yeah,
first, Herodias.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do we go on this, or keep going forward?
I don't
I
think
feel
we
like
can.
if we go that way, it's gonna get us in trouble.
Is it tight back in here?
Yeah, it's very tight and confining. It's really difficult to make things out, but the grime is very thick on the ground.
Hey, let's
So-
go this way, guys.
Is it the same grime as I saw before?
Oh, well, it's general sewer grime, so yes. Ironus, you just stepped on something.
Okay.
Let's see here. Your foot basically hits the grime, and you step on what feels like a pressure plate, and something just shoots out at you. Hold on. Let's see.
Next check.
Shoots out at you, and yeah, just shoots out at you. Let's see. Version attack roll. 8. Sorry. 1d20 plus 8. Yeah, a dart comes sailing right at you.
So it's not a dex check?
No,
Dex
you just triggered a dart trap. But I'm
I'm
thinking
not
that
level 2.
what?
At level 2, I have danger zones. But
So you guys are all level 1.
yeah, I know. I said, I'm not level 2.
Oh, you're not level... I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty hearing. But I think that, let's see, meets or exceeds your AC. Isn't that a hit?
Yeah.
Alright, so... a dart basically sails across the way and just embeds itself in your neck. You take piercing damage, and you feel a slight burning sensation in your veins. You take 3 piercing damage, and now you have to roll a Constitution save, 15 or above. Ooh. You take 3 poison damage.
Oh.
I will give my healing potion to Frederickson to keep with him. If anybody
Six.
goes... I'm gonna... What?
That's the thanks.
I'm gonna give it to you because if somebody goes down, please help him up. If it's me...
Yep.
I'll walk over to Ironius and ask how he's doing. Are you alright, man? Need some help?
That didn't feel too good. But I'm all right-ish.
I'll healers get you just in case.
Alright.
I have 10 hit points back, so you're back at max. Normally speaking.
I'm at max.
Alright, I can only use my healer's kit on Frederickson and myself. Alright, good to know. I need to remember this. Alright, does it seem the trap would trigger again, or is it a one-time trigger?
You will have to roll an intelligence check or investigation.
Alright.
Here, I'll come check.
Bron, you have no idea. All you know for certain is it's a
I'll
pressure
take
plate,
it.
and it released a poison dart of some kind into Ironus.
I'm just gonna do a perception check.
Fredrickson, you can't tell either. Ernest, as you look around, you can see there's a hole in the wall next to you, big enough for a dart trap. In fact, there's several small holes. As you're looking closer, the dart went right through the grime and into you. But it looks like the mortar on this particular section has been more recently put in, so this trap looks like it's new in the grand scheme of things. Like it's a fairly recent add.
What are you guys looking at?
This triggered a trap.
Do you want me to look for it? It's not my specialty, but I can try.
Yeah, Ernest... Sorry, go ahead.
I just see more things in the wall then?
Yeah, you see several more holes in the wall, but they're mostly covered with grime, so that means they're probably still loaded, ready to fire. The grime is basically not a sealing stuff, it's more like a covering solution, so you would need to find something else to block those holes, or find some way of disarming the trap. They're covering only in the ways you won't see them very easily.
You said it's a pressure plate?
Yes.
Yes. I stepped on this.
Why don't you take a... If I were to look, can I see the holes?
Did you roll your perception?
Nope. But I'm assuming he's pointing them out.
I'd be pointing them out. Are they all across the wall, or just where I was, or? They're
all across the wall next to you, and yeah, you can see them as you point them out. The others can sort of make out the various little holes in the wall.
I'm gonna take my flail.
How low?
Hold on. What are you saying, Ernest?
I'm gonna take my flail and hit the ground in front of me.
Not the pressure trap, right?
Just the ground in front of me. I'm trying to see if there's any more pressure traps.
I was just about to suggest step back and then do it.
Yeah, it appears that that's the only one, at least in 5 feet in front of you.
Alright, so you guys want me to step back and hit this until it breaks?
Let's get everyone else behind this corner.
Quick question. How low do the holes go?
Low enough to hit you.
What if I crawled?
You do also see them along the floor. You basically see them, a couple near the floor, a couple up, at head height where Ernest is, a couple of, midsection.
Okay.
So yeah, crawling wouldn't help.
So, I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean off the walls, the ground, immediately near where he was stepping.
Alright, you can clearly make out the pressure plate now. And the various holes as described before.
Cool. And then I'll use
I'll be right back.
prestidigitation to make this big X right on the pressure plate.
Alright. You can put an X on the map if you like.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna smack the X.
Oops. Yeah, that's where you're standing. Smack the X. Roll a dex check for me. Alright. Yeah, you managed to avoid getting hit by another dart. It kind of flinks against the wall over here and falls to the ground.
Does it look like the trap was destroyed?
No.
Can I roll for damage on it? Because I wasn't gently hitting it. I was.
Oh, then you have to fully roll to hit it. Then I thought you were describing that without rolling a hit die and just.
There. That's what it...
Alright, it looks like it's tarnished a bit. Doesn't look like it's badly damaged, though. It is a metal pressure plate, after all. And you're just hitting the top of it, so that's kind of just depressing the trap instead of doing damage to it.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go up to it without touching it, because I can clearly see it. Can I make an investigation check on
Yes.
how best to disable it, but not disable it?
Yes, you may. You look at it a little bit, you study it for a bit, and you figure that, well, if you put something metallic underneath the pressure plate itself, you should be able to keep it from depressing and thus keep the trap from being set off. Alternatively, if you had, like, wax or, something adhesive, you could probably try to plug up all the holes to keep any more darts from coming out.
Does it look like if I were to use a dagger, it might work?
It might, but the dagger probably would get dislodged after a few depressions.
How about a hand axe?
Well, did we look at the square immediately afterwards? Prestidigitation it clean? Anything?
Yes.
I smacked it.
Yeah,
Well,
you cleaned it off, you put an X on it, and you smacked it. It didn't seem to accomplish anything other than make it clean.
Can I just step over the pressure plate then?
Yes, you may.
Just step over it. And don't bother. Don't waste your time.
I'll pick up the gnome and put him on my shoulder. I got you, guy.
That's cool. Appreciate that.
And I'll step over it with him. Conga line.
Hey. Alright, where are we going? Continuing forward?
Well, what do we see past this pressure plate?
You see an open area. There isn't any really water here, but there is collections of trash. Roll investigation to see anything further. Or just roll search, or whatever that's called in 5th edition. I'm still stuck with 3.5 terminology for some reason. I think it's because I've played that for a long time. Okay. As you guys are looking around, you realize that it's a good thing the prestidigitation only cleaned off the square with the pressure plate on it, because you can clearly see tracks heading right down up this path. They seem to be continuing in this direction.
Cool.
Huh.
And how covered with slime are we currently?
You've got some chunks on you. If you would
Cool.
really want to find a laundry service if you didn't have prestidigitation.
Yeah, no, I'm just cleaning myself off. I don't do dirty.
You're making yourself more presentable.
I guess let's head forward. We should check for traps, because apparently there
Well, you didn't see any more when you rolled those nice investigation checks, but yeah.
I'll get up to the corner and then look down it.
Just to be safe, every 5 feet before him, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation and just clean everything around
that's
him.
a cantrip, so that's possible, yeah.
There's nothing down the hall, guys.
Thanks, guy.
As you get up to this location, Ironus, you see that there's some sort of metal gates, different from the sluice gates that you've seen, sitting there. It looks fairly new compared to the surrounding surrounding stonework.
What about his shoulder? Can I see this too?
Yes.
That looks new. Hey, I really there's a rep guys back there you can beat up.
Okay.
The guy. Oh.
Do
You can
want
see
me-
light. You can see light from beyond that.
Do you want me to put you down, little guy?
Yeah, it's probably wise.
I'll send him behind me.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
No problem, little guy.
Let's check to see if that gate's locked.
It's most definitely locked. It jiggles a bit, and you can hear soft chanting of some kind from the area in front of you.
Oh,
You
You also see
that's good.
torchlight dancing along the walls.
How is this locked? Is it like chain and thing, or is it a physical keyhole?
It's a physical keyhole.
Cool. Hey, Erroneous,
Pick the lock.
start hitting, and I'm going to start using prestidigitation to warm, so starting to heat up
All
the
right.
metal where that lock is, see if
That's
that
a miss.
might break it.
Yeah, I have brawling.
I'm gonna try to tinker with it.
You know what? Every 6 seconds, can I just go hot, warm, warm, cold, and eventually it should break?
Sure.
Because the rapid chilling and warming of metal...
As you're doing this, you hear the soft chanting cut off. It seems that whatever's up there is getting ready for you. They know you're here.
That's fine. But is there any physical sign of the lock breaking because of rapidly?
You're gonna have to give it a bit. You each get a turn to work on it. Irenis?
Alright, I'm gonna go up and... So sorry.
Go ahead, Fredrickson. What you wish to do?
I'm gonna tinker with it.
All right.
Bren's gonna get out his 2 daggers. and
Dexter
start
intelligence.
Dex. Although currently the thing is heating up and cooling down thanks to spell work.
Do I pop that bitch open?
Yeah, you use that to spring the lock, and the door swings open for you.
Alright, Erroneous. Your turn.
So,
Alright, guys,
seeing as we
follow.
heard chanting, can I really quick reach around and just do minor illusion, make a petrified statue appear right there, see if anything happens to it?
Statue? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. You hear a get them! And some sort of attack going on. You hear, wah! As they come up. And you just took away their surprise round.
Good.
But now everybody has to roll as the illusion goes away.
Oh, damn it.
Finally! Finally rolled high.
And I rolled low.
Go high, go low.
Oh, is that guy with his sight? Oops. Be cool. It's-
Hold on. I'm just marking these guys so that's easier to tell them apart.
This is Bill. That's Brad.
This is Susan.
That's Jameson.
No, it's
That's
just
volume.
one of the things that I try to take constructive criticism when it comes to these things, and one of the things people grumble about is when I have when I have mobs around and don't differentiate them. So it's harder to say. I want to target this one. I want to target this one.
Mm-hmm.
Gets into confusion sometimes.
I mean, it's easy to say cultist blue and cultist red, right?
Somehow in my last campaign, or all actually still current, but my other campaign, like whenever you do like an attack roll or anything, you can like target a thing, and it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in somebody else's campaign too, and I'm like, how the hell did they do that?
I will ask Kellogg's and see what they say about it, and see if I can learn how to.
'Cause I've got pro subscription, so if it's something like that, I do have that. And Valifar, it's your turn.
Alright, let's see. How far apart is this hallway? What, 10 feet?
It looks that way, yes.
Ish. I guess I'll call out just stone wall, and I'll minor illusional stone wall. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I have an easy way to do
There you go.
Okay, well, I guess I just did that.
And I'll move 5 foot back.
So it's only 5 feet across the wall?
Yep.
Okay.
Should give some kind of cover. Like, ideally it'd be centralized, but eh.
Yeah, so only one skeleton at a time can come down, raising its short sword, and right for Ironus.
Hello, skeleton.
It pokes you in the chest with its scimitar.
Ow, skeleton.
And the cultist kind of pulls out its scimitar and comes down here, takes a look at the wall, and what is it? Wisdom or intelligence to try to disbelieve the wall?
Investigation intelligence
Thank you.
as an action.
And it's staring at it and can't shatter the illusion. Bron!
Seeing he doesn't know it's an illusion, I will Sacred Flame the skeleton.
Okay. That works on the skeleton. Let's see. Cult Fanatic. That's my guy. Cult Fanatic. Moves over here. And grins down at you guys. Kind of points at you, Bron, and also casts Sacred Flame. Give me 1 second. I thought this was already on the token. For some reason, it did not save to the spell sheet. So let me look that up real quick to cast it.
I think the save is wrong on Sacred Flame, to be honest. I'm gonna check that, because I don't think that's dexterity.
I seem to recall it is being dexterity. Yeah, it says dexterity. Must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Take 1d8 radiant damage. So let me just roll 1d8.
It's literally firing lasers from the sky.
So yeah, you, roll dexterity.
Who? Bran?
You, Bron. Yeah.
Nope. What's the DC? Probably higher than 10.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than 10, so it means you take 4 damage. Alright, Alright. Okay, where am I? Next one, Fredrickson.
Yay! I'm going to firebolt the skeleton. And do shit. It even hits.
Alright, firebolt. Yeah, that misses the skeleton. It kind of goes between 2 ribs. Alright. Cultist is up next. Comes down here and sees the wall that's in the way and attempts to disbelieve it. What's the DC on that
Fails.
wall? Okay.
14.
Ernest.
Raging. It's Mo time.
Yeah, that oh, that's right. No, raging means that you take tap damage. That's right. Does not give you advantage.
That is correct.
Yeah, I keep confusing raging with there's that what was it? Reckless. I keep
Reckless.
confusing raging and reckless because the other guy in my my Sunday Strahd campaign has a barbarian, so he keeps using that.
Yeah.
Skeleton moves, draws out its longbow, and fires at. Whoops. That was not the right roll.
To be fair, everyone
that
should have
actually
some
still
sort of
landed on the
cover.
same. Oh, it's firing. No, it's true. That would be disadvantage on that then. Alright, let's see the toggle here. Where's my advantage toggle? There we go.
DnD5E cover just gives a flat bonus to AC. There's no disadvantage.
That would
Unless
be
you're ruling it differently.
I'm always thinking it. By the way, do you guys want to pick up, make a chance on an extra player, since the other two people who signed up never showed up the last 2 sessions?
I mean,
Sure.
I think we need a rogue, definitely.
Or High Whiz Boy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Or a high whiz boy.
Give me 1 second,
Yeah.
and I'll send them an invitation.
Maybe a druid would also be nice, because they, I don't know, do druids have wisdom, right?
Druids are wisdom boys.
Yeah.
You know, I theory crafted a warlock, warlock rogue multiclass. At level 2, ended up having something like a passive perception of 27 at the lowest.
Yeah. Whoa, wait, what happened here? Oh.
Yeah, so give me 1 second, I'm just inviting somebody in.
Yeah, no problem. I played a Hexblade Bard, which was fun.
We got a Hexblade in the other game. He got his leg cut off when the fighter thought that the Hexblade, which was in the form of a chain snake, wrapping around him was dangerous and evil and had to be crushed, and she got a nat 20 and it cut his leg off.
If you're undying, you can just put that back on.
He wasn't there yet, and basically for the rest of the session he had to work without a leg, but by the end of the session he ended up regrowing a new leg. He had a deal going, but okay. Crap, where did they go?
I mean,
Oops, accidentally lost my sheets. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Until now, Celestial Warlock does do a decent amount of healing, but I'm almost out of it. So, I hope we don't get hit too much.
Okay, short bow at disadvantage towards Ironus.
Oh, he has high AC. He should be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. And now the bard gets to go.
Yep. I'm gonna peek back around. Bonus action as my sheet got closed, so let me pull that back up. Bonus action, I'll sing Rage, Iron, Skeleton Ain't Too Far Behind, and there's a bardic inspiration for you. And for my action, I'm gonna target the Cult Fanatic. He should be within range, 40 feet.
Yeah, he looks like he is.
Yep, 60 foot. I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery. You can't hit Jack.
Okay, 14 wisdom save. And he cringes back from your vicious words.
And then I'm ducking back behind this corner. Because I don't like fighting.
The skeleton raises its short sword to strike at Ironus.
No can do.
The cultist is still stuck attempting to disbelieve the wall there. Okay, why am I forgetting intelligence or wisdom on this one? It's intelligence.
Intelligence.
I hate when that happens. I stare at the two and go, which one? Run!
I will switch over. I will take a step back and I will try to Eldritch Blast the Cult Fanatic.
Ooh.
Does that hit?
Ah! Yeah, he screams in pain.
Oh man, they have a lot of health.
That's the
Yeah.
boss!
Boys, we may not survive this.
You could always run away.
Yeah, that's true.
That's always an option. In any game you're in with me, you can always run away. You do not have to sit there and die. If you don't think you're ready for taking
No, you have to
take it on.
I don't run.
Those who fight beside me are those worth dying for. I can't run.
Okay, Cult Fanatic kind of pats himself off and casts Sacred Flame on Bron. So you have the meter exceed. Ah, you saved. You didn't get any damage this time. Fredrickson.
Alright, I'm gonna attack that skeleton.
Damn, why am I not getting
Yeah.
this stuff in here?
Fireball. Yeah.
Ooh, you're attacking the skeleton in front of Ernest?
Yep.
Alright. Cultist. Once again, the cultist attempts to disbelieve the wall. And once again, it fails.
A well-placed illusion works wonders.
Yes, it does. Especially in a
No,
narrow
no.
corridor with only a skeleton getting around it. Ernest! Nice.
Don't even need my inspiration.
I'll save it till I
Damage
do.
vulnerabilities. Okay, that one's dead. The
The
skeleton kind of breaks apart, its scimitar falling to the ground. And the next one... Skeleton shambles... sorry, no, that skeleton's the one with the bow and arrow. Fires at you again, at Ironus with the disadvantage. Misses.
Do you have a 19
Alpha.
AC?
Disadvantage. Yeah, I do actually have a 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
I am all a body.
I'm gonna peek around. I'm gonna put one of my hands on my nose and just quickly make fun of the cultist fanatic with vicious mockery.
Ah! You will pay for this! He screams as he takes double the damage. Putting his hands to his head.
Oh, no.
Cultist.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna
bonus
inspire.
action, nice.
Who's our wizard? Who's our gnome?
Me.
Someone-
Freddy and Teddy.
Who let the? I'm just gonna start screaming. Who let the gnome out?
Who let the know?
And then I'm gonna duck back around.
Okay. This cultist with the red dot raises his scimitar high and runs forward towards Ironus.
Come.
You have such a powerful tank, guys. He's like an amazing tank.
Yeah, it's
Run.
even better when you get a choke point going.
Yep.
His sword is so dull it doesn't even pierce. I really just the skin. It just
I'll,
taps him on the shoulder.
I will take a step forward and I will attempt to... Who is the most dangerous person still alive? That
Dude in the
The
back.
The fanatic in the back.
Yeah. I will try to witch bolt the fanatic.
Unlimited power.
Nope, check Testa.
Oh, that's max damage.
His body goes flying across the room, and the cultists with you gasp in shock of
Nice
this.
shot.
Damn, that was a wasted spell.
Which bolt's super powerful.
Wasted.
If it
You just
hits.
killed the. You just killed the. You guys were calling him the boss character, Frederick.
Yeah, he wasted that cultist.
Ah, I said wasted the spell.
You do know that's my only spell slot, right? I can't heal you guys anymore.
Yeah, we
We'll
have
be
one rest,
fine.
so I still have relentless endurance. So I mean,
So-
okay.
Fredrickson.
Okie doke. I'm gonna shoot the cultist in front of my Rudius.
Keep in mind, you are inspired.
Okay?
Bardic
I don't
inspiration.
need it right now.
You don't need it.
Woohoo!
Not quite yet. So 5 damage to that guy.
Ah! His robes are smoldering at this point, and he's like frantically trying to pat them out.
And he's staring at Irenaeus like, oh fuck. I fucked up in my life.
I hate Master McCarthy.
I always like to imagine what like enemies are thinking during combat.
It's probably go get the demon spawn. He's annoying. Honestly.
Okay. Other cultist comes down and was still trying to disbelieve that stupid wall. He knows it shouldn't exist, but for some reason... Okay, he finally disbelieves it, and he gasps in relief as it finally vanishes from sight.
Well, everyone else still
Oh.
believes it. Yeah,
Oh,
technically.
Like the skeleton.
I mean,
Yeah, it just goes like it's kind of see-through for him.
Okay, I'm gonna put a purple dot on him then.
if you walk through
I
it,
feel
I
like-
think the skeleton...
Irenaeus!
As soon as he walks through it, then everyone's gonna see it's an illusion. But
Yeah.
Ugh, the body of the cultist falls at your feet.
I just step up to the next one.
The
grinning.
scimitar and robes kind of like laying there. The robes are soiled by all the death and the blood and, other things related to death.
A giant hole in his chest from a flail hitting it.
The skeleton shoots its short bow at you. And misses. Belfar!
I'm gonna peek around, just yell out "haha" at the cultist, vicious mockery, and then ducking back around.
He cries out too at all this.
And Brand, you're human?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing for you. Sorry, but I'm not witty enough to come up with that on the spot.
You basic, you awesome. It's a human.
Bron, what would you like to do?
I will just do the basic warlock thing, Eldritch Blast.
Cultist?
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
so-
nice.
And that just blasts basically the body back. There's now just a pile of blood on the ground. The robes are completely soiled. The scimitar goes skittering across the floor, leaving only the skeleton. Fredrickson.
Alright, so before I do anything, I put my hand up to try to high five Broad, or in this case, low five.
I accept.
Awesome. And then I'll move forward just a smidge and then firebolt the skeleton. Jesus, damage rolls aren't very good.
Yeah, but you still managed to hit. Irenaeus.
Yep.
Let me crit. Oh,
Close, but no cigar.
It doesn't matter because it's vulnerable to this sort of damage, which means that it takes, that and a half. Well, actually, it does kind of matter. But you basically smash off a bunch of ribs, you dislocate its jaw, you take off a bit of an arm bone. It's nearly dead. It manages to swing up its short sword, though, the bow just dropping from its hands. It's one last-ditch effort, and fails. Belfar!
Okay. I'm assuming skeletons can't hear, so
Right.
there's that.
Yeah, they're also, they're undead, they don't have souls, they don't have,
I mean, they can take commands if a necromancer commands them, so I would think...
Alright, so I'm gonna rush forward.
They can take commands,
Yeah.
but they can't, they're not, they're automatons, basically. They don't have a will of their own. Therefore, they cannot be
I'll pull out.
viciously mocked.
I'll pull out my one and only dagger and I'm gonna chuck it.
Zombies and ghouls, on the other hand, do have a potential for being viciously mocked, but a skeleton, no.
Yeah, no, that misses.
It just kind of goes through the gaps in the ribs that Irenaeus already poked out. Bron!
Alright, Broad.
can I make a dex check to just grab it from this air? No, I have a shield and a flail. Oh.
Bran will run
Go.
up with his quarterstaff as a baseball hat and try to hit his head off of its body. And I will also Sacred Green Flame Blade for no reason at all, because it won't affect anything. Or
You
I
miss.
miss.
I mean, it wouldn't.
It goes through the space where the jaw used to be that's now laying uselessly on the ground. Fredrickson!
Come on, Freddy.
I'm gonna firebolt it. Damn it!
Now see us all die from the skeleton at 1 HP.
Do I take that one? Because, I mean,
Take what?
he critically failed and it would have hit me if...
That's a good point. Ironus, roll a dex check. You managed to dodge out of the way of the errant firebolt. Ironus!
Kill it. I tried killing it with fire, it didn't work.
Alright,
ammo.
bludgeoning, and basically he swings around his flail and crushes the skeleton into the ground. There's just dust pretty much left of it now.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm gonna quickly run into the room and grab my dagger.
I'm gonna
You guys gain 150 experience points. And you see what
investigating stuff.
these weird people in robes were doing over here. There's some kind of magic circle on the ground with weird etched symbols. There's a couple burning torches. And there's a fairly clean table with various scrolls and paperwork on it.
Right.
Not magic scrolls, if you're asking it. More like, scrolls of rolled up writings.
Can I inspect the circle, see if I know what it's about?
Alright, let's see. Anthony's already done an Arcana check. You can also do an Arcana check.
Nope.
Well, that's used for something that apparently these weird people in robes were doing, but what exactly, you guys have no idea.
Bren will
Well,
try to look
We'll go
In that
investigate
case-
the table. Oops.
I grab my water skin and sit against the wall and drink a little water.
Let's investigate this table.
Keep in mind, Erroneous and Freddy, you're both still inspired for the next 10 minutes.
Bren will
What
start taking
was
a
that?
rest.
D4?
D6.
What did you say, Bren?
Bren will start taking a short rest to
Okay.
refresh some of his shit.
If you close the door down there, you could probably take a you guys could probably take a long rest down here if you felt like it.
Can we
Not
open it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do long rest.
Yeah, alright.
Barbarians like long rests.
Yeah, you guys didn't end up breaking the door
Or
down like you thought you were
We
going
could
to.
get out of the sewer.
But then I gotta deal with Minotaurs again. And they're assholes.
Yeah, but what are they gonna think when we don't come back out?
That we died, what's the problem with that?
Fine.
Hey, somebody grab the cult leader.
I was gonna say,
Well,
I'm gonna
I wanted
grab
to
him.
start going through the bodies.
I'm just
see what
picking up the
I-
cult leader as, like, a sack of potatoes.
I rolled a 14 plus 2, so I rolled 16 for investigation for this table.
Alright, okay. The guy on Twitch, we're in Discord. Yeah, we don't use the Roll20 thingy at all. And I posted the Discord link in the game itself. Anyway, in terms of the table, you find some various paperwork, some various writings. It looks like these guys were wannabe necromancers, and you also see reference to something called the Red Rider.
I'm gonna do a history check, see if I know anything about that. Is that okay?
Yep, go for it. Whoa. Apparently, on the trip down here on that ship, you read some information about the legends in the area of Hellspring, and the legend of the Red Rider dates back nearly 1,000 years. Mostly it's like actually not mostly, always seen in the south part of Hellspring where you are now. A figure in red, in some sort of red cloaks, completely covered head to toe, riding on a black horse. It's occasionally seen around necromantic activities.
Okay, so he's like the patron deity for Nick.
It kind of sounds like the Headless Horseman.
He's more in the range of the headless horseman than a deity. You know, some folk story that people have been telling around here.
Yep. Can I start looking through the bodies?
Yes. You're rolling a search check on them?
Yep.
I'll do the, take all the evidence with me.
I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. What did you say?
I'm gonna take the paperwork that I found.
Okay. In terms of searching the bodies, let's see. You found 4 scimitars, a short bow, and a dagger.
None of which are of use to me, so they can stay there.
Wait.
They don't appear to have any They don't appear to have any money on them,
Really scramble that stuff.
The robes are all very soiled, and pretty much you probably wouldn't want to deal with them.
I'll put the weapons in my backpack because we don't leave weapons laying around.
Could I use the ropes to make them extra bandages?
They're soiled. They're not useful for bandages.
All right.
You know, they got blood, they got bile, they got excrements. You know, all the bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you say they're not useful. Prestidigitation, now they're clean. Gotta love cleaning.
Is there anything else of interest in this room? I had the pseudo-dragon roll of perception. He got 20.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be too much else going on in this room. It looks like this area was just basically used as a meeting spot for those cultists. Or, you know, robed figures, which you assume are cultists, I imagine.
So, I know that the circle does something, but I'm not sure what. Am I familiar with magic circles at all? Like, if you disturb them, are they rendered inert? Do they need to be remade? Anything like that?
Did you roll an Arcana check on here? Let me see.
I did. That was specifically to find out the purpose of it, not just in general.
Yeah, you still don't know. You have no idea if it will be active if you step on it, or if it'll deactivate if you stepped on it. You don't know if it's active now. You don't know how to activate it. You basically have no real information other than the fact that it is definitely a magic circle.
I'm going to pick up one of the bodies.
I can't hear people when they're talking all at once. Can you continue what you were asking me, Valfar?
What is it drawn with?
Roll an investigation check. Again, you roll a 10, sorry. It's hard to tell. It could be chalk, could be dried blood. It's really difficult to tell from your investigation skill. Now, what was it about the bodies?
I'm throwing one of the normal cultist bodies in the circle.
Right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, no. Just get out of the room really quick. All of you.
I'm doing it.
Okay, the body lands with a thud, regardless of the people complaining about it, and nothing seems to happen. The body's just kind of laying there.
Can I do another Arcana check on the circle?
You already did one. You didn't discern anything about it.
That's why I was asking if I could do another one.
I kind of go with the idea of you can do these sort of things once per day.
Okay.
Ben will copy the circle down on one of the papers to ask around in town or let the guards know.
Would you guys do me a favor? Get in the hallway really quick. I'm going to experiment with something and I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen.
I'll pick up the cultist leader, or cultist fanatic body and throw him over my shoulder and walk out of the room.
Yeah, the one that was casting spells at you. The other two didn't seem to have any sort of magic. They just had scimitars. But the guy's body you picked up, he was definitely a spellcaster.
No, get dealt really quick.
Hang on a second. before you do, I have a question. Can I do, instead of doing an Arcana check, can I do a history check on the magic circle?
Your history check is still active, and it doesn't have any bearing on the history you know. You don't recognize it from any historical things you perused on your journey here to Hellspring.
Well, if I'm gonna do a history on this, let me make sure I'm reading this right. Magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices. Does that count as any one of those three?
What history are you trying to use now?
Well, as a rock gnome, I have artificer's lore. And
All right, then roll that
history check.
Roll that kind of history check. Then you've already rolled a standard history check, and now you can. This is a completely different check if that's the case.
Okay, that's why I was asking. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that. So it'd be this, and then I add another 2, so it'd be 10.
Yeah, it still does not look familiar to any of your knowledge.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna give it a shot.
So-
Alright, I'm out of here.
As soon as they step out of the room, I'm going to use the cleaning portion of prestidigitation. I'm going to erase a section of the circle, because I'm assuming it's too big to do all at once.
Okay.
Yep.
You've
And,
already copied down the symbols, correct?
Yeah,
Someone
I did
else
that.
did.
And you
Yeah,
put it
I
in your did you put it in your inventory to log it?
Yeah, I shall do that right now.
Wait, when in your inventory, do you have something to write on, and copy down such said symbols?
I was gonna take one of the papers on the desk to do that.
All right, yeah, the others you
I
can fill on the
took them
desk.
all.
If the Fredrickson is willing to give you some.
I give him a piece of my notebook paper. Here you go.
All right, then you can put down the copied symbols in your inventory. Then I just want to make sure you had everything that you needed. Valfar,
And-
you erase part of the circle. It doesn't do anything. The body's still laying there. The circle's there, but now incomplete. It looks like whatever they were doing hadn't activated yet.
Cool. And then I'm just going to clear out all evidence of the circle.
All right.
I'm
Should I
gonna.
put my inventory cultist papers?
Yes.
I'm going to slump the fanatic down against the wall. I'm going to grab one of the normal ones and throw it on the pressure plate.
A dart shoots out from the pressure of the pressure plate. Wait, where are you?
I'm going up and then back down. Like I'm grabbing a body and using it as constant pressure plate for it.
Yeah, the pressure plate's still working. The body's now laying on it.
I'm gonna now walk over the body. You can't get to
Follow
it
behind
now.
them.
And
And
just gonna
Are we-
continue with the cultist
Yeah. Are we gonna take a short rest now, or how?
well, let's just get out to the damn sewers.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think taking a short rest would be really beneficial if we run into anything. It's my
Fine.
I don't think we're gonna run into anything. I think we killed everything so far, except for that giant creature they told us to stay away from.
I mean, that's fine by me.
Let's just take. Do you consider a short rest 10 minutes or an hour? Is
An
it
hour.
fast paced? Okay,
Yeah,
Let's
I'm not
just go
staying in
then,
the
guys.
sewer for an hour.
let's go.
All right,
It smells
What the
bad
fuck?
enough in here already.
don't come complaining to me if you die.
I'm jumping
Oh.
over.
Our healer
The-
is a warlock. We can
Hey.
do a short rest. Because it makes our healer happy.
He's not your only healer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
a bard is also a healer.
Yeah. Just know I
Oh,
can
you
only
okay there?
heal you right now. So.
That poor cat just tumbled down in a weird way.
By the way, welcome Ron. Because he joined the
Hello.
voice chat.
Yeah, hold on. Just need to see where you guys are.
What were we supposed to be doing again? I know we got cultist guy, but was that job
We're
or...
just cleaning this place out. I think this was the cause of the problem, was these guys.
But there's more.
Yeah, pretty much all you were told is there was weird noises going down there. You were supposed to go and check it out and stop whatever was going on there, just avoid the OTUG, which stays in this part of the
Yeah.
sewers.
Shall we
We
go
killed
up this
their
way?
leader. We killed their leader. He cleared their spell circle. I think we were good.
And Valfar's trying to make his way out.
I think one of you guys is missing from the thing. I only see 3 of you.
I don't see my character anywhere. He disappeared on me.
Yeah, I don't know where your character went. I thought he was underneath one of the other ones.
Did we change maps or something?
Nope. I'm just checking to make sure your token isn't somewhere else in the sewers. Alright,
Wait, big guy, can you lead the way out, please?
there you go.
Okay.
I think we have to cross this water first.
I still completely remember the way out. I just don't want to be in front.
Are we sure everything done here?
Yeah, we did what we were asked to do.
Okay.
I think it was further back.
It should be right here.
I don't think it matters. I think they all lead to the same area.
Here we go, guys.
Yeah, you didn't acquire any more gold. You had to spend a whole bunch of gold on that fine. But you did the task that the Minotaurs assigned to you for community service.
I got this guy. Where do you want him? And I
Now let's
point
just
to
take
the-
him back up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking to the Minotaurs. Like,
So the Minotaurs look at the body that you found and said, there are some evil wizards camped out in the sewers, were there?
Yep.
there were 3 of them and 2 skeletons.
Necromancers. Another Minotaur
Yeah.
chimes in.
Well,
at least
necromancers.
At least you got them before they could cause any trouble.
I brought paperwork too. And I pull out all the cultist papers. This is theirs.
The Minotaur guard nods. Consider the debt settled. You have done a good service for Midpoint.
Yep. I think the party wants to take a shower before we leave, so. Peace
I
out.
hope we did a great service. A lot of us almost died down there.
Well, but you did pay your debt. Your debts to the Minotaurs.
Yeah, let's not push it here before we go to jail again.
Can we get...
At this point, Jason
Anyway.
shows up and sees you guys coming back in and kind of stares at you. It's like, where have you guys been? I thought you were leaving already.
Hunting rats.
And dealing with
And-
cultists, apparently.
And I just realized Valfar's the only one that's still completely clean.
Well, that's
I
because
only
you
used
can't
the-
stay and dirty. Neither is
No.
Fredrickson.
Alright. So Jason has, come back over to you guys and asking what's going on here. That you guys had left already, blah, blah, blah.
Those 2 fools decided it'd be fun to have a sparring match. He pissed off the big guy. The big guy swung at a Minotaur. And then the Minotaur made us go to a sewer.
Jason kind of looked flabbergasted at you. You guys did what? Ouch!
We went to the sewer and killed some cultists.
I
Some
punched
rats
him.
and some spiders.
I hit a Minotaur. It was cool.
He did hit a Minotaur, that's true.
You're not in jail?
No, we had to fucking bribe him.
That's how things get done around here, I suppose. Jason kind of sits down in a chair.
Jason,
So,
did you want to
do
come
you-
with us? I can't remember.
So does that mean you don't have any money to buy a horse?
I
I
did.
still have some dough.
I mean,
How much
I
are we
did.
gonna need?
We're gonna need a boatload. Like 45 each.
I have 45.
Yeah, I have like 1.
I have one as well now.
I'm gonna go find out how much it's gonna cost for a horse and a carriage.
I'm gonna start performing in the tavern because I'm still extremely clean.
Good idea. Maybe it'll earn some more money.
It'll earn me some money.
I'm sorry, do you want to go home and not do this work? Because if so, you can leave right now. Nobody's forcing you to stay here.
Except for your job security, yeah. I mean, basically, this is your job to go do this.
Go on, let's
If you go home, you won't have a job anymore. You'll be fired from Umaru.
Pretty much. That's the only reason Valfar's staying.
So therefore, you're going to earn gold for the entire party. Because it was you who got us into this mess in the first place.
That's true.
To be fair, I didn't swing at the Minotaur.
No, it doesn't matter. You started it.
And a
You
walk
got the half-orc started.
You cast a check that your ass couldn't handle.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find out how much it's going to cost to get us out of here.
Yeah. Good.
I think we just walk. I don't think we can.
I mean, how long would it take on foot because we have a time limit to fix shit?
So we had like 45 days, and we spent 5 getting here. I think it'll take 10 to get down there.
Actually, it'll take 10 if you're on. Well, actually, yeah, it'll take. Yeah, never mind.
So-
Anyways, I'm gonna go to the place with the carriages and stuff, and the carts and stuff, and ask how much it'll cost us.
I'm gonna go into the tavern. Are the bards performing again?
Well, the bards have just arrived, and they're setting up with their instruments. They wave to you.
Give them that. How full is this tavern?
Do you say tall or full?
How full?
It's morning, so pretty much just you and the bards and the bartender.
Alright, so I might have better luck performing on the street?
You might, yes.
Alright.
Now
Are there any laws that I'm aware of about it being illegal to perform on a street?
No. And I was going to answer the gnome's question real quick. You discover that it costs that a carriage needs 2 draft horses. They cost 50 gold each, and a carriage itself costs 100 gold. Plus, you also need to be able to feed your horses. So that would be 10 copper each day to feed the 2 horses.
Or you could let them graze.
That might actually be illegal.
But yeah, it'll basically be over 200 gold to get 2 draft horses and a carriage.
I think we're gonna be walking.
Do we know how long it would take for us to walk there?
Let me pull out the main map in a second. Valfar was asking about performing on the street for some money. And Ron is asking me a question too, so give me 1 second. Alright, in terms of the walking distance, let's take a look at the map. Basic country map.
I mean, logically speaking, it should only take maybe twice as long if we walk.
Yeah, that's a theory. Let me see how many did. Because basically, I timed it out that each square is 1 day of walking. 2 squares by carriage. I think about 3 if you're all riding horses. So let's see here. It'll take about 16 days to walk down to the mountain from here. That's assuming you keep to the road.
Would it be quicker to not take the road, but more dangerous?
Probably be more dangerous to go in a straight line. Actually, that would be the 16 days. It'd be 20 days if you take the road, because the road is not quite straight down. It curves.
All right. Well, at least for now, because I'm not there to plan anything. Pretty much what Valifar's doing, he's going to be telling the tale of the Goblin Queen while using multiple spells to spice up the performance. Silent image constantly to make it like a mini movie. Prestidigitation and minor illusion for coloring and sound effects as he's talking.
Alright. So, roll performance.
Any advantage from triple use the spell?
Yes, you get advantage on this. You're soon given a large crowd of people.
Cool. I'm assuming it takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes to tell the story.
Yes.
Alright, so because silent image lasts 10 minutes, I'll immediately, after this, I'll be doing the same thing and I'll be retelling the Crystal Rain story.
Okay.
Which should leave about 3 or 4 minutes left.
Okay, I didn't have this image into a handout, but basically when you're conjuring image for the Goblin Queen, this is the image that appears.
Alright. Nice looking goblin.
Yeah. Yeah, what an image you might be familiar with if you're looking at my characters. Yeah, character thing. But I always have my things minimized, so I don't remember right now. That's actually the one I'm using currently. So the story is quite entertaining to the people around here, since it references stuff that happened here in Eberus. The continent. And after you're done with both tales, you find 13 gold set out in your cup.
Alright, so that was both tales?
Yep.
Alright, well, with the couple minutes I have left on Silent Image, let's go for another tale of just something from his homeland, about one of the great wars that the elves fought in, because that's what he'd be familiar with.
Your homeland is Emlarin, isn't it? Because that's why you work for the Emerald Corporation?
Sure.
Most of the wars that concerned with Emlarin have been against the Drow.
Against the Drow, anything started just like civil wars with elves in general?
Basically, not really, because the only elves that they have in their area is the free state of Gamdala, which is inside the boundaries of Emlarin, but they have their own free reign. They're an elven free state, basically, that lives in there, but they're completely peaceful with Emlarin. They have good deals and all that. They occasionally send soldiers to assist in the war against the Drow when the Drow start things up again.
Sure. Then let's start a Silent Image kind of mini movie, I guess, of the war with the Drow, using the same prestidigitation.
All right, you can roll your performance check again on advantage. Yeah, some more people stop during their busy day to listen to your story and look at the image. Children are especially charmed by this, and although they don't have any money, so you basically get a surrounding of children, gazing up at your images, and some of them are gazing at you because they aren't familiar with tieflings. Creatures with horns and tails are typically minotaurs, so some of the children around here are a bit confused about your appearance, but, they aren't looking at you like a monster, so it's... Well, of course, the same thing going for in Imlarn. People do look at tieflings like monsters as they might in the continent to the north, Meeg. You wind up with an additional 11 gold.
Alright, and that should take out that first silent image, because I've been saving my spell slots. What other interesting tales might I be able to do this kind of thing with?
Stories you pick up along the way, or ones that you come up with yourself.
Alright, let's see, if done more. Does like a Romeo and Juliet kind of situation exist? Ever existed?
If there is one, you don't know of it. The only thing I can even think of it that even comes close is a story that Cave would actually know, sort of, except I'm not sure if you read all of the details up on it, 'cause I don't think they found all the information in the Pine Valley adventure. But, his character would know them, but it's possible that some of the story might have gotten circulated into Imlarn at some point. Cave, do you remember the pieces of the story that your character picked up over time? Kurt picked up over time when you were in Imlarn? Or sorry, in Pine Valley?
Vaguely. Like, about what exactly?
The stuff that you read on the tablets. And the stuff that Kurt learned from the ghosts and everything.
Well, I know that general area, they were under a monarchy. The princess started practicing necromancy to fight the battle that they were fighting. Her father got pissed, sentenced her to death. She got killed, I think it was a beheading, or a burning.
Beheading.
One of those
It was
things.
beheading.
She was beheaded. And then someone brought her back as a lich, and they sealed her away in a coffin. Then the boy came around, accidentally released her, then we got involved. She kidnapped him, and then we went back in time, learned all this information.
Well, actually, you didn't go back in time. It was just stuck in it was just in the Shadowfen.
Yeah.
Basically time was frozen there for everybody. It kept repeating itself.
Yeah.
Alright. So
I was just trying to remember if you read
story.
I was just trying to remember if you read all the tablets, at which point they would have been disseminated through Maru, because there is a bit of a Romeo, not exactly Romeo and Juliet, but the person who wrote the tablets was in love with the princess.
Yeah. The guy that looks like, what's his face?
Yeah, the kid's ancestor. He wrote the tablets, and he was in love with the princess. But he couldn't save her, and he wanted to save her, which is why he kept sealing her away so that she would atone for sins, or learn to let go of the pain and whatnot. But that was all his thing. Now, I was trying to think if you knew that, if you would have known that story, and I was trying to remember what Kurt remembered, because from my perspective, I know the entire story of that, and I couldn't remember what what his character named Kurt had learned, because Kurt worked for the Nib, but the Nib also got debriefed by Imaru, and therefore the story could have gotten disseminated that way. But no, apparently you wouldn't know that one. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't know that much.
Did Freddy share what he found, information-wise?
Yeah, Fred, you were reading stuff up on the from those papers.
No, I usually keep that stuff to myself. I read in my head. I speed read.
Got it.
So
Right, then.
nobody has asked me. So
Yeah. Then let's do. I'll start spinning the tale of what just transpired. Pretty much same thing, just something that just more recently happened instead of a legend.
Yeah. The bells for noontime start ringing, and as you start telling the story, Jason comes out to watch, or to listen, actually. So, roll another performance check.
Okay, still at advantage.
If you're if you have any more presentation, you can add to it. Yes. If not,
Yep.
it's just normal.
Damn it.
Yeah, your voice seems your character's voice is probably given out at this point, but Jason is still kind of interested. Everyone else is kind of like the crowd that was gathered is all dispersed. They had already finished giving you money,
Yep.
and so only Jason now is listening to your story.
Okay. Well, I'll finish up the story and that'll be it.
So cultists, huh?
Yeah.
And any idea what they were doing down there?
Some kind of magic hoodoo.
Nerd shit.
Think they were trying to summon something, or
Based on their actions and how they were spooked, I'd wager a guess at yes. But once again, I can't say for certain.
He thinks for a minute. Wonder if you said they had skeletons with them, but they weren't necessarily necromancers?
I'm not too familiar with those kind of art, so I couldn't say. Based on what I've heard, they controlled the undead, but I'm not sure if they had any nefarious purpose.
Oh, considering it's illegal right now in Hellspring, punishable by death.
So I definitely shouldn't try and learn those arts. Got it.
Well, at least not right now. Not when this crisis is going down.
Frederick's just hanging out with sheep. He's gonna go over here and hang out with these sheep.
So, where did you guys say you were going again? South?
South indeed.
Do you really think you're going to find what you need down there? All the way to south?
Honestly, I doubt it, but one can certainly try.
Have you tried talking to anybody about it? Other than me, of course.
Other than you, can't say I have. It's probably be smart.
Yeah, I'd say.
But then again, we have to raise the money to even travel down there, unless we want to walk. And I don't know about you, but I don't like long walks.
Nothing wrong with the long walk, but yeah. That's got a huge
Sorry. Frederick's gonna those 2 minotaurs they were talking to earlier.
The Minotaur guards kind of look over at you. What do you want, gnome?
I have a question. Since we took care of that problem for you, I understand that was community service for them. But I was wondering if you could help us get down south.
Why? What do you want with down south?
We were contracted to investigate the problem that's going on down south by whoever hired us.
Well,
So we need to get down there.
The Minotaur says, well, this is technically the south. This is considered the south of southern Hellspring, so we've seen, especially now that you've taken care of that problem with the sewer, it's clear that the undead menace has reached up even here. How long until it reaches the ancient wall?
Well, from what I understand, it's a 10-day ride from here.
Oh, to the mountains. You wish to go to the Odling Mountains. Why there?
It's just what we were hired for.
Alright. Well, there's probably some work you could do around town, or, who knows?
Whatever I need to do to get the 150 gold that I need.
Hey, I'm sure we can sell Ironus, sure we can sell his body.
I'll fight in gladiator pits.
My thoughts exactly, buddy. My thoughts exactly.
I give you a thumbs up.
I'll ask the Minotaurs where I can find this work they were talking about.
Just ask around. There's probably some shopkeeper who needs assistance. If you get a day job there, they probably won't pay much more than it costs to rent a room in the inn.
No, I need to make as much as I can as fast as I can. We have a time limit of 45 days. Actually, I think we're at 39 now.
Yeah, it's been 6 days.
So Jason, what are you up to now?
Well, I've gotten some research in. I'm thinking maybe I'll discern the location of some of the old ruins. Back before the Minotaurs started running this land.
Remind me again, what was the name of the mountains we're going to?
The Odling Mountains.
Would you have any interest in going down to the Odling Mountains? Searching down there?
I might. There's probably some interesting things down there. Of course, by this point, probably some stuff moved into those mountains. They're really tall. They're, you can't even, nobody's really able to get over them.
Well, me and my companions we're heading down there. I'm sure they'd be more than welcome to, or more than happy to allow you to join us if you'd be so interested.
I would be, although unfortunately I don't have any money to contribute to this venture. At least not yet.
Well, you say you're practiced in the arcane arts, yes?
Yeah, I'm a wizard. It's not the best profession to be in, but, they're hunting necromancers, not simply wizards. Though, again, they might be trying to crack down on wizards next.
Well, here's my question for you. Do you have any spells or abilities that might be useful for making money? Can you tell the future? Can you work illusions? Anything that's
some
flashy?
Work, he says. But I'm more thinking of like I said, I'm kind of like looking at all of this research stuff and thinking that maybe I'll go ruin crawling or something. I mean, there's still ruins out there. Nobody lives in anymore. This town here, he kind of like points around at the architecture. You know how all the stonework's going on here? This was the northernmost town of the old kingdom down here.
Oh, interesting. Why don't you come join me at the bar, and we could talk at length about this.
All right.
I'm always in need of more stories.
He heads back inside to sit at the bar.
As will I.
I asked the Minotaur guards if they took that paperwork to their bosses yet.
Yeah, they're going over them now. Why?
I was just curious. Can I go talk to your captain real quick?
The
See if maybe
Minotaur.
there's some work I can do for him.
The Minotaur shakes their head. Hey, if we see you around and we got work, we'll let you know. All right?
Yes, but like I said, I'm on a bit of a time crunch. I need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Well, that's not our problem.
Is there a bounty?
Go back to the sheep.
Is there a bounty board in this inn?
The bartender looks up from what she's doing and says, "Well, not really, but if you stay around here long enough, you can usually hear the people talk. Like, for example, there's some farmers not in the area that are really worried about encroachment by local orc tribes. The orcs have been getting a bit bolder lately with this with what's been going on down towards the mountains."
Thanks. Thank you very much. I'll perhaps look into it. I'm buying for me and my friend, and I'll motion towards Jason. Just keep him coming.
Jason smiles and kind of tips his head.
I'll do wine, and he can get to whatever he wants.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. I'll have wine as well, he says.
I'm practicing my accordion with the sheep.
a refined man. Not some
Hey,
beer. Wine is so much better.
Quentin, are you still awake?
Yep. I'm still
Alright,
here.
cool. Just checking, because I hadn't heard from you in a while. Your token seems to have gone missing again.
No, it's by the pigs by 12.
Oh, there it is. Now I see it.
I see everybody. Yeah.
I just had it the map smaller than expected.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go for a jaunt around town.
That's why I want to know what Ironus and Braun are doing, because I know that Valfar and Fredrickson have been very talkative at the moment.
Well, I'm trying to earn gold, and it's worked.
That is true.
Brandon's just gonna find a quiet place and he's gonna turn the 2 foresty bots earlier in the city, the big one when we first came here, and he's gonna try to make some leather out of them.
Okay.
So
Ironius would go see if anyone needs help around town.
Alright, I'm gonna go with roll a fate check, which roll a 1d100, Ironus. Braun, can you write down what you're doing exactly? Because I don't think I heard you properly.
I have leather worker's kit and I bought furs earlier, so like I'm trying to make leather basically.
Leather, alright. That would be a survival check then. Let's see, Ironus. About the only thing you find in town is a guy who needs help hanging shingles on his roof. If you get it all done in a timely manner, he's willing to pay you 1 gold for the attempt.
Okay.
So it looks like Braun's spending the day working on leather.
What do I need to roll for that?
Just a strength check. You do a good job, and by the time the sun starts to go down, you get a gold. And Braun, you have successfully created 1 thing of leather from the skin that you have. Jason and Belfar have been sharing a drink at the bar, and Fredrickson has just been taking a walk. Now it's nightfall.
I'm kind of just like going around trying to get information as well. Sorry.
Alright, so that means you need to roll a fate check, the 1d100, to see what kind of rumors you picked up. You just said going on a walk.
Yeah. Valfar's been pretty much talking with Jason, trying to listen in on multiple conversations in the bar, seeing...
Alright, more people are filtering in, so you also should roll me a 1d100.
How do I get it?
Yeah, that's what I'm typing to you, hold on. Actually, since 2 people are named Anthony, I don't think that was going to work. Okay. So Fredrickson, as you were going around, you heard what was already mentioned by the bartender to Valfar, which is, some of the orc tribes have been coming closer lately, causing problems for the farmers. Because there are town guards inside here, but not as many as people would like, guarding the farms. Most of them are just kind of in town breaking up fights, but there's not enough of them to guard the vast farms and everything. So some of the orc tribes have been getting closer and harassing the farmers. But you also heard rumors that that lights have been seen deep in the forest to the southeast, where lights hadn't been seen before. There's some sort of activity down there that is unrelated to an orc tribe, since the orcs tend to stay around the open plains mostly. Valfar, you don't hear much more. You just hear basically people talking about how they could use a farmhand for a few days, or lousy orcs. They're just have been harassing people for over 1,000 years, and they're just staying down in this area because nobody wants. There's no resources to take them out. Blah blah blah. That sort of stuff.
All right. Do I pick up any new stories?
Afraid not.
In the Bard's Way? Got it.
The bards are mostly just playing some standard music. They're not telling any stories at the moment.
Got it.
How far am I from the barracks or whatever, wherever the guards hang out?
The guard station? Yeah, you happen upon it in your walking.
I want to go inside.
Yeah, it's minotaurs, humans, and dwarves for the most part.
I'm gonna ask if I could speak with the guy in charge.
The dwarf manning the desk in front of you looks down and says, "Why? What's happened?"
I was just curious about something I had heard. Something about the forest to the east.
Well, yeah, we've been getting reports from the farmers. It's probably the orcs migrating out of their in a more abnormal pattern. More farmers setting up. They usually stick to the plains, but they probably just went into the forest.
What if it's not worse? What if it's the cultists from the sewers?
You're the ones that took care of this. Well, we
I
don't have the
guess
resource. It's too far away from this township for anybody to want to investigate that. But if you want to go deal with it and bring back news, well, maybe somebody will see fit to pay you for it.
Now, I have a question for you, sir. If I and my crew went to go check that out, could you handle transportation for us to get to the mountains?
Why? He asks.
We were hired to investigate the issues that are going on in the mountains. And
All right.
unfortunately, we can't afford to get transportation down there, so I'm offering my services in exchange for transportation for myself and my crew of 4.
Well, look, we don't actually need anybody to go investigate this. This rumor you're talking about. If you wish to go down there and you find something, then maybe we can have a conversation. But yeah, we don't. It's so far away from us that we don't really care. It's just that people in the farms have been able to just see activity out there.
All right. Well, I will go and check it out and see what I can find. Can you,
You're road betting way too much. I can't make out a word you're saying.
transportation down to the mountains. I'm just asking if I bring a substantial pack, if they can help us get to the mountains.
I don't know. We'll have to find out what you find first.
All right. I guess I'll head back to the tavern then.
All right. You see your buddies there. It looks like Iron has spent the day working. Bran looks like he's been working on the leather stuff. Lafar and that Jason guy you're hanging out with are over there drinking. They seem to have had a bottle or two at the least.
I'm gonna ask for a pint of the everything juice.
And soon you have one in front of you.
All right, and I look at Valfar and go, "Hey, you want to go check out the forest to the east?
Something about the east? What?
You want to go check out the forest to the east?"
Orcs?
I feel like it's those cultists, quite honestly. But either way, if we can at least take care of that problem, the guards might help us get down south.
Very well. Let's go in the morning when we're fully recovered.
Yeah, it's probably wise. I'd rather go now and catch them off guard, but the morning might be the best time.
Yeah, the forest they're talking about, if you look at the map, is actually several days' travel. Walking travel. It's down here.
Oh, okay.
You basically got the farms. The farmers can see around the town. The farmers can see activity from down there where there's no roads going through there.
And we're right here?
Yeah, you're currently right there at midpoint, just south of the ancient wall.
Got it.
So how about this? How about we go there, look for something. If it's something we could get transport for, we could go back and get it.
To
How about
to
we
be fair,
just start heading south?
If
Yeah,
not,
to be fair, if we're heading towards the forest, we're halfway there already. Why not just
Yeah.
make the...
that's true. But we might as well check it out, right?
Yeah, there are some other. There is another town, not that far from there, like but then same amount of distance as this town is to there, but it's in a different direction. So you might find that going to a different town and telling them the same thing might work.
Maybe we can get transport from that town then, that we could go down on travel time. And I
There
mean,
was...
we need to get going. We can't just stay here and wait for something.
How much were horses and...
50. It's 50 gold
Altogether,
apiece
it's
for a draft
200.
horse, and you need 2 draft horses to pull a carriage. The
And
carriage
if we
costs
were
100.
So it's
Got it.
200 total.
If we were to get horses, would we travel faster than by carriage if we each got one?
Do you have handle animal? Or is that not something in 5th edition? Hold on. Yeah, that is something in 5th edition. Animal handling.
I have it. And I also have vehicles.
No, I was a city boy. I don't got it.
Then you're kind of looking at the people with animal handling can handle the horses and drawing a carriage, but if you don't have animal handling, you're not going to be able to stay on sufficiently or control your horse sufficiently in order to ride it faster. And besides, a riding horse is 75 gold each.
Fine, I guess we'll earn money and spend 200 instead of the 150 I was
Of
gonna
course,
cheap
the
out on.
gnome would probably ride on a pony or a mastiff, so
You
there's that.
kidding? I was just gonna get 3 draft horses and I was gonna ride them and let the
You can't
gnome
ride it-
jump
you
on
can't-
someone's back.
Yeah, you can't really ride on the back of a draft horse. The draft horse doesn't accept that. They're not riding horses. They're different temperaments, different size.
I mean, I earned quite a bit of money. Not a lot, but enough.
How much did you earn?
Oh, what was that? 24 or so? For about 20 minutes?
Well, actually, in
So I
game
have-
time, it probably was like 2 hours, but
Well, Silent Image only lasts 10 minutes each casting.
yeah.
Well, I have 70 gold right now. Because apparently, since I have a noble background, I also get an additional 25 gold.
I'm sitting-
Just now.
Well, remember the gold you were given was actually from the company. The money you're talking about from the noble background is money that's Imloran money and doesn't translate properly into gold. It's basically saying,
Damn it.
like, I've got digital cash and I want to buy stuff in a store that doesn't take digital.
Well, apparently I only have 45 then. The only thing I can do is fix shit and break shit.
Pretty much.
I say we head south to the
What?
forest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
fuck
might
it.
as well-
And then if there's nothing there, we just keep going.
we might
the
as well
forest
just
is east.
start walking.
Southeast, yes.
So we'll head south. We'll go in the morning, first thing in the morning.
So, a carriage is 100, but just... How many people could we fit in a cart?
Let's see, a cart. A cart.
Because I want to say that's about 10 gold.
Yeah, because a cart you can hook up and put supplies in. A carriage you can put supplies and people. A cart could probably also carry. The gnome could ride in the cart. You could probably fit 1 full-sized person in a cart, or 2 smaller-sized people in a cart.
Alright, and how much is a cart?
I just don't think we have the money to do horse stuff. We either...
I mean, I thought let's just go, maybe steal some horses somewhere, or like we will kill some people with horses who are evil. and that's
The
pretty
main
much
problem again is that you can't ride a horse if you don't have animal handling. It wouldn't go fast enough to make up the difference. The people with animal handling would be going twice the speed as the people without. And the people without animal handling also have the potential of falling off if the horse gets spooked.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just get ready to be leaving in the morning. Jason, are you coming with? We're walking.
Sure, he says. And the cart is 15 gold, by the way.
Got it. How much do I owe for freaking wine?
Apparently the bards below you have taken care of your tab, even for your friend. They all raise glasses to you.
Oh, now I owe them. Are they still playing?
There.
Alright. So, I'm probably too drunk to actually get up and play. So I'm going to start using, I guess I'll use Prestidigitation to make their clothes much more flamboyant. In Minor Illusion to help out with sound.
More flamboyant bards.
Granted, not as flamboyant as me, but still fairly flamboyant.
You're a tiefling bard. It's hard to get worse. Actually, not worse, but you know what I mean.
I mean, hey, don't make me jump up there and start playing Devil Went Down in Georgia.
No, you need my
turn to the guys. Turn to the player's handbook, page 157, and look at the picture on the opposite page. You can see what a cart can hold. Hey there. See a picture.
So we can get a chariot. That'd be cool.
Picture of a dwarf, a picture of a halfling. But anyway, so you guys are going to bed, and it looks like it's time to draw the session into close because I'm starting to nod off here. I know Quentin's probably very tired.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I think that session went well, and hopefully by next
I do
session,
too.
the new players, character sheet will be done. You'll be able to introduce him to you guys before you leave for the to explore the woods.